Mahalo, everybody. How are you guys doing today? I'm back with the tier list. Thank you to Ben in the chat for helping prepare this today. I really appreciate it. Welcome in Alexis. Welcome in Sakura RPs. How are you all today? We're so back, everybody. I'm so done with traveling. I cannot tell you how traveled out I am right now. I ended up going to a party in a state over yesterday, and I was like, I don't want to be in a car anymore. I don't want to be in a car anymore. I'm so done traveling. I want to be here. I want to talk about Precure. I want to do tier lists. I don't want to travel. I think I have traveled more this summer than I have in like the last 10 years. And I'm like, no more. No more being socials. Being social is canceled. We're only here to talk about our special interests and live our best lives. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. To get back in the grind of things. Get back on the tier lists. Oh, one other thing before I get started in that. Well, but first of all, Sakura has told us you did a long travel too, so like highly relatable. Highly relatable. Off topic, opinion on the YouTube ID update. Oh god, which one did they update it on? I know that they had like a couple of things that they were changing for YouTube, and I'm trying to remember which is what. I know they're doing so much with AI, which I'm like, that's gonna be bad. I'm sure that's going to be awful. But also, they were changing up a lot of stuff. I think they let you swear more, which, I'll be honest, I try not to swear on here, but I'm gonna be on, like, my big secret is I swear like a sailor. I just try to be better, because I'm like, oh, people might not like it if I swear a lot, but I do swear a lot, IRL. We'll be working on the main power up soon. Ooh, but I need a little break after this one. Yeah, tier lists take a lot out of you. You underestimate how frustrating tier lists are to fill out. But what I was going to say is the other day I came home like late at night. I had just gone to dinner with friends. I come home and I have this like ornament decoration-y thingy on my door. And the previous year that had a little guest live in it last year. This year I have not seen that guest. But I opened my door and something else came inside my apartment with me. I didn't love that. That wasn't a lot of fun, I'll tell you. But it flew in from my decoration and it went behind my cabinets with all my figures, and I was freaking out because now I had a bird in my apartment. And I was like, I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do. And stopped flying. The bird stopped flying the second it came in here and was hiding behind my bookshelf. And I was like, if it stays back there forever, I'm doomed. Like, there's so many figures and books on that shelf that to remove the shelf to get to the bird would be the worst headache in the universe. And I was like, I don't want a dead bird behind my shelves. I want it outside where it belongs. I want it to be free and not in my apartment. But eventually it came up, and oh my god, my cat used to be an apex predator, man. She used to bring me birds all the time. She never killed them. They do that bird thing where, like, they do the bird thing. They do that cat thing where they, like, catch the bird and they're like, I brought the bird for you to kill so that you can eat it because you're starving, because I've never seen you catch food, you lazy human being. So I was like, come on, cat, it's your time to, like, get this bird. Like, that's what you're good for. She was like, huh? Is there something in here with us? What could that be? I was like, can you react? Can you react to the bird flying around the apartment? And my apartment's 2 floors. So there's like a very tiny hole at which the stairs are located. The bird finds the hole and goes upstairs. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? It goes in my computer room that I'm in now, flying in circles. It goes in my bedroom, flies in circles. And I was like, I can't. I don't know how I'm gonna get this bird out of my apartment. And then I called my friends on my phone. I was like, I've got a bird in my apartment. And he's like, open the front door. And I was like, I don't want to open my front door. I don't want to leave my front door open. That's terrifying. The outside world out there. Let me take a pause in the story to catch up with chat. Keep you guys on the edge of the seat of how I dealt with this bird incident. Yeah, the AI ID verification is just going to hit people terribly, and it's going to go awful. It's going to be as bad as every other YouTube update. More so just funding some of the power-ups like the Primavera forms. Yeah, the hunt is really bad for the power-up forms. Welcome in, Lottie's Galaxy! How are you today? I love the angel-themed power-ups. I know they're basic, but it really gives you the feeling of them becoming more powerful humans. I will disclose my opinions when we get started. I'm gonna finish my bird story, and then we will do the tier list, I promise. But, wait, your cat was like, girl, she is right there. Just catch your own food. I can't do the work all the time. That's what she must have done. Because her lack of reaction was terrible. She used to be so, like, she literally brought me a bunny, like a baby bunny, on Easter. And I was like, girl, take that back outside. Do not you dare walk into this house with a little baby bunny. That was a whole rigmarole. But eventually I got the bird in the bathroom. And so I have like a little, I don't even know what you call it. I have a little jutty by the stairs. And I set the phone on there and I was like, I'm going in the bathroom. And they're like, yeah, get in there, girl. And I just was not getting in the bathroom to go get this bird. I grabbed the towel. Thank God my linen closet is not in my bathroom. But I got a towel and I was like, I'm going in there. I'm going to get this bird and I'm going to take it outside. And it's going to be so good. Dude, I walk in there. The second I walk in, the bird comes at me and I'm like, ah! And I just throw the towel on my head and then it lands on my head and I can feel its little bird feet as it's tip-tapping on my head through the towel. And I was just like, I'm gonna perish. I'm gonna perish and it's gonna be so terrible. And it's flying around the room and like, I don't know how to get this, man. I need the bird to go down, but the bird is up and it's just not a good time. And then the bird flies into my toilet and I was like, oh, why? And it starts flying around with the toilet water going everywhere and I was like, I'm going to need to take like 18,000 baths after this whole incident. And finally, it gets in the tub. It lands in the tub and I was like, okay, you're in the tub. You're in the tub. I can get you. I can get you. And I fling the towel over it. It dodges. It sideswipes. It sideswipes like a person that makes me angry. And then it walks on the towel. And I'm like, now what do I do? What do I do now? It's on the towel. I can't put it in the towel. It's on the towel. And they're like, just grab the corners and wrap the bird. And I was like, if I get near the bird on the towel, it's going to fly into my face. And then it's going to be a real bad time of me screaming. Because there are other apartments around me. And the thinnest wall in my apartment is the bathroom wall. So my neighbors are hearing me screech squawk as I attempt to do this. And then they have dogs. And then the dogs run upstairs. I hear them run upstairs through the wall. And the dogs start barking in the bathroom. And I'm like, it's only a matter of time before my neighbors come over and tell me to shut up. My neighbors are going to be like, she's dying. And so, finally, I shoo the bird off it, and he walks over to the side of the bathtub. And then I put the towel on the bird, and I got the bird, and I was like, I have the bird. And then I sprint downstairs, and then I open my front door, and I yeet the towel outside. I'm just like, go away. And then my friends are like, you gotta make sure the bird's, like, not in the towel still. You just, like, threw it outside. And I was like, it's fine. It's out there. It's living its best life. It's not in the towel anymore. They're like, no, you need to go out there. So I go grab a broom. And I walk over to the towel. And I open the towel up. And there's no bird in there. And I was like, the bird's gone. The bird has lived its best life. It escaped. It's had its goal. And maybe it will stop living in my ornament. I need to take it down. I should have done it last year. I have this cute little ornament that I got that has, like, sentimental value to me. But it needs to be thrown away because it's not supposed to be a long-term item. And I gotta take it off my door and throw it away. But man, the birds are like, this is the best nest ever. This is the best nest. This is where I should be. I'm so might I have a picture of the bird. I might put it on social media of when it lived there last year. But I think it's a different bird because this one was teeny. This was like a baby bird. But it wasn't that baby because it could fly. This bird could fly, let me tell you. It was awful. But I survived the bird incident of 2025. Anyways, back to the power-ups. Or back to the chat. The ID verification will end Google Plus if you remember that. Oh my god, the ID verification. This is where you have to, like, upload your license or something. I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to do that. I really hope they don't do that. I hope they, like, rethink that idea, because I don't want to upload my ID to any website ever. I don't need them to know about how many Nightcore AMVs I'm watching in my free time. That's between me and the music creators on YouTube. I don't need you to think about me as mentally unwell because I listened to Angel with a Shotgun 500 times in a row. Because I was really in a mood. The bird did not want you to relax. It didn't! That bird was mean. I was like, just go back. You didn't have to come inside with me. You did not have to come in. I did not invite you. I have a cat. You don't want to be here. The power-up forms are usually the ones that makes the details of the designs a little more camp, more over the top, but in a way that doesn't feel out of place. It's definitely an interesting diaspora of power-ups that they've got, but it's gonna be fun going through them because I remember the feelings I had when I first saw them as a small child, and now I have like vastly different ones. And I have to remember, these are the movie power-ups. I probably should have specified these. They're the movie power-ups, because the general power-ups will be a separate video. But these are like the exclusively movie ones. Because at first I was like, oh, the list is so short. And I was like, oh, it's the movie power-ups. So, we also have, very, very kindly created by Ben, an entire documentation of these forms so that we'll have more close-up visuals when I describe my feelings. So we're about to get started, everybody. Are we ready to talk about our thoughts and feelings about all of these outfits? I hate the direction YouTube is going. Not every app needs an update or improvement. Yeah, like, I mean, they just need to fix what they have. Like, there's so much that they could just make better with YouTube, and they just don't. Like, the chat, for example. The chat is still so prehistoric when it could be the level that like Twitch's chat. Twitch has a really good chat, really good functionality in its chat, and they just don't do that. And it's just not, and they just don't fix that. They just don't improve it, and we've been asking. All right, so first off, we have the Max Heart movie 1 ones, where it's, for the most part, I'd have to look at the original. I think they just make it gold, and then they add some alternative colors, which is interesting choice of colors we have rocking here, because we like went with like the Halloween orange coming in here, and then like they put the green on the pouches. It's a choice. I mean, I guess they made this like a gray silver bit for the hearts. It's a choice. I feel like for me as a kid, because they kept using the gold bit so frequently, especially like in the All-Stars movies, I got so used to being like, you see it so briefly, you're like, yeah, they're shining golden. Obviously, like, you know, golden's that thing where you just power up and it's your gold. Because they also did it in so many, like, I think the reason why they did it is because of Shonen series. And Shonen series, like, always had the gold power up. And so they're like, we're gonna go with the gold one. We're just gonna do the classic. They turned gold when they're at their strongest form. Their final form is we just put like a yellow filter on them and some streaky lights and call it a day. And I was like, yeah! Yeah. As a 90s kid, I was like, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what we all do, is the gold. We just turn them gold. Looking back on it, I'm like, oh, I see why we don't spend a lot of time looking at them. I see why they just like immediately turn gold, do an attack, and then we're back to normal. I'm so sorry, but I think the gold recolors are so bad it hurts my eyes. It's really something, because I think this is really the first time I've ever sat down and been like, oh. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What sins have we committed today with the color choices? Oh my god, what in the world are we doing? Yeah, I mean, like, this would be great for the, what's the movie? The Go Princess movie with the Halloween forms. This would have been perfect. I also have to remember what in the heck my tier list rankings were called. It's been that long. I don't think I've done it since June. If even June. Maybe it was May. That's how... No, I think I started streaming back in June. I don't know. Girl, I gotta remember what we called this. If anyone remember what my mindset was? What did I put? I did wedding cake. Wedding cakes are the best. Wedding cakes are like the top tier dessert. And then probably the donut tier. And then I think B for brownie. Some of these I think I just kept the thing. And then the cookie with icing. With icing. And then health bar. What else did we have? What else? A lot of people are experiencing this for the first time. Congratulations. You're gonna see how crazy I name my tiers. Cookie with icing. Oh, where did health bar go back up? Get back up there. Health bar. I'm digging deep here. Health bar. Just sugar. And if we need it, we have the salt tier because I don't like to be overly negative. I feel like, you know, especially with art, somebody worked on that. I don't want to say something's just filthy, but salt is when it's like, okay, okay, what did we do here? Okay, I drank water and it went down the wrong pipe. Oh, why did I do this to myself? Luminous is the only one I'll save, I guess. I think it's good. I think she's not as bad. But it's because they don't add weird colors to her palette. Other than, like, I think it's supposed to be silver. I think they changed the heart to silver. Which is funny because nowadays it just looks lifeless. But I also think if we just do orange and we don't put the random sprig of green in there, it looks more uniform. Like, I don't understand why they were like, and the pouch is green. Like, did they sell these? Were the pouches actually these colors? I know they sold these pouches like crazy back in the day. They've calmed down about that now. All right, let me make sure I'm keeping up with the chat and your guys' opinions. Do. Nagisa was really predicting Cure Bright. She was like they were like this is the direction we should go in. We shouldn't stop here. We should keep going for when we create a sequel season. I'm so sorry. I think these golden colors are so bad. It hurts my ass. But hey, it's the first power up. Fair. I will say Cure White has a better version. It's not so dark of yellow and more pastel yellow. I do think like the too saturated yellow. I think like the golden one it's just like first of all her shoes are like this yellow right here is too green in my opinion. I think it needs to be more yellow and I think it's just because it has a greener bottom. We just need it to not be so green. Just be a true yellow but like a soft kind of radiant yellow. D tier, it's just the base form is gold. Shiny Limb is the only one I would say. Black and white looks so weird. The wedding cake tier, I'm glad we remember it. Okay, so it's wedding cake, donut, brownie, cookie with icing, health bars, sugar, and salt. Okay. I'm still got it. I still got it. Cure Black looks the worst here. Gold could work for her, but only if it's used sparingly. Yeah, I think when we get to the next one, I think we improve. This was a lineup. I also feel like her hair is the problem too. Like her having brown eyes and brown hair, it all stays this kind of like muddy color. Like you could sit there and be like, she's a mud monster with whatever color situation we're going here. Like I get it's supposed to be darker than the other girls because she's Cure Black, but like she kind of looks like quicksand, especially with the little like whatever they're doing with her collar. It looks like quicksand. Am I the only one seeing that? I think I'm gonna be mean and put you guys. I like white a smidge better. But maybe I go just sugar and health bar and keep it there. Not quite insanely ugly because something's happening. I'm trying to look over the course of the list and I see if there's any outfits that I think are insanely ugly. I don't know if I do. Well, we'll get to it. Shiny Lilies I think is better. But this is also going to be a personal preference thing. Like, I'm not a huge yellow and orange girl. Despite my favorite Precure characters all being, like, oranges and yellows. I don't really, like, as a color, love orange and yellow. So I just gotta, like, mindset it as, like, gold. The gold's, like, not really a real color. It's just a shine. The color being so bright, I think, is a thing of the way Futariwa was colored in general. Yeah, it went for jewel tones. And I feel like doing jewel tones with yellow is a trickier thing to do. Yeah, it's definitely a more jewel tone season versus the pastels we have of modern day Precure. Alright, moving on to better days. We have the Max Heart 2 super form, which they're so camp. They're so camp, but they, there's two parts of me. There's parts of me that's like, they just added a bunch of feathers for, like, the Phoenix theme, and I'm here for it, because I love a good feather. It's so ostentatious, it's so beautiful, I love it. But then, also, I'm like, if anybody tried to cosplay in this real life, it would look awful. Like, that's the one thing about so many Precure outfits, especially the really cool-looking ones, they would look so hideous in reality. The things you'd have to do to make this outfit work, like any kind of feathering, and I've talked about it in my other outfit reviews, any kind of feathering, doesn't really work in real life. Like, you might as well use real feathers, because if you try to cut fabric like this, it doesn't hold its form, and it looks bad, and to make it hold its form, it looks bad. This is just, like, one of those, like, cosplay debates where I like, part of me is, like, back from when I used to have space to design cosplay and, like, sew and stuff, I'm like, to make this in reality would be the biggest nightmare in the universe. But I do like the feather aesthetic. And I have to really hone in because we need to go through each of them. I gotta make this here. I still think like her color palette having this like weird maroon in it is still something I don't like. It's kind of because it's them trying to be like she's pure black, but she's also pinkish, so we just settle on a maroon. I don't love it. They do it even worse with poor Bloom, but I've never loved it. I don't love these beads going up in the collar. Like her collar situation has always just been like we don't know what's going on. Don't know why they made her like swoopy hair longer. I'm like I get that we make characters' hair longer when they power up, but this is a mistake. Make her hair longer in the back. Why did they make this swoop ginormous? Unfortunately, I have to leave now because I have to go to a movie theater. Oh, enjoy your movie. So bye, but also Cure Bright F tier. It's trash and Wendy probably B. I'm not sure. I'll keep your thoughts in mind when we get there. Oh my god, they're so busy, but they look good. Yeah, that's kind of the power of these like the power-ups is that they're just doing so much, but you're like, oh, but it's kind of cooking, maybe. Dude, I personally would swap white and luminous, but that's just me. Ooh. Ooh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. They also changed their hair. Yeah, they changed their hair for this one. Like, I feel like what they did with white is what you should do. I think just, like, giving our girl some extensions is, like, the play. And then obviously her hair just got bigger. It just said large. I also like the yellow they gave to Luminous Dress. For this one or for the last one? This one I like a lot. This is like the pastel yellow I'm looking for. See, this one's kind of like mustardy green. This is the pastel yellow I want. I'm debating, I think that's something I don't know if I like or dislike about it, is that they do have the highlights for the girls. Like this underskirt is this yellow. I would have just made it white. They love to do that in Precure. They always give them like an like a petticoat that's like either a light green or a light yellow and nothing else in the outfit is that. And you're like, why did we do that though? Like they did it here and they did it here, but it's nowhere else in the outfit. And I'm like, just like make it a dark blue. Like they could have used the dark blue from her shoes. They always sneak in one character, one color that doesn't belong, and I never understand. Black hair is too weird for me. It's just a choice. I think Luminous looks like the best one. I think she's the one that just makes the most sense with the choices. My cousin said that Cure Black in this form looks like Justin Bieber. You've ruined it for me. You've ruined this outfit. Stop! It does have the... I don't even... There's a term for it, where the hair goes swoopy like that. It's just that. It's that scene look. Back when, like, Avril Lavigne was really big, and everybody, like, had the swoopy hair that, like, covers one of their eyes. That's what this is right now. Bright and Wendy aren't on the tier list. This is the movie forms. Ah, got you. They made Luminous poofier. She looks like she looks like the dog. What's it called? The Papillon dog? Papillon. Nagisa Bieber. Stop. Stop. The choices. Yeah, I think for me, the color choice will throw me off, but I don't hate the design. And there's also something about, like, the bigger belts from this era that's just so, like, iconically, like, early 2000s to me. Just one giant belt that, like, leans to one side. I think it's because they already added another layer to the dress in the transition from Futariwa to Max Heart. It looks so poofy. Yeah, they did add more. I'm kind of half and half on their coattail for the skirt. I like the asymmetry. I think I'm fine with hers. I don't know if I understand what's happening with this one where it's just spikes in the back. Like, how's the skirt doing that? Because it looks like it should just be symmetrical all the way around. This one should, like, not be asymmetrical, but they want to put a coattail in, but the skirt's poofy and it will... This is one of the things where it won't work in cosplay. It will look dumb in cosplay because you're gonna have a poofy skirt but then trying to have a coattail. As somebody who with her own design has had to fight this battle, poofy skirts and coattails are not things that go together well. They're so much better than the first film. Absolutely, they're definitely better than the first film. I will say that. I like Honoka's, and I like that hers has like the up feather versus like the kind of like regular bow hardy look. I like the feathered look more for hers. It's fun. I also kind of like they do this in Yes 5 where they do the wide like not it's not a boathouse neck, but there's this type of like very Victorian shoulder stuff going on here. I've always liked that. It's very cute. And then Luminous, I like. She just looks very regal, but she also looks like she's about to perform at the opera. It feels very like, I don't know. It feels like she's gonna pull out a conductor's wand and about to lead us in orchestra. She would be a fan of young Justin Bieber too. She would. Nagisa would. Let's be real. She would. Apart from Cure Flora, who can do the petticoat with the poopy skirt. Yeah, they worked with it. They just, I think for these they just did it because they're like, we want the idea of a skirt, but we also want the like the coattail is fun. The idea of a coattail is so fun. But then they're like, ooh, wait, that doesn't work in execution. But it's a TV series, so we'll just make it work. But yeah, I also kind of just, these look like comfy. She's always looked like she had comfy PJs. Her outfit is very PJable. These are from the Heartcatch All-Stars movie. I think we at least get the power-ups for the Tropical-Rouge Heartcatch movie. Yeah, we do have the up ones there's some Heartcatch stuff in here as well. Alright. Yeah, the All-Stars Heartcatch is down here. I had to like think about all the different times Heartcatch has shown up. I forgot they did the movie with just the two of them and not the full team. Alright. Nagisa, I think we're gonna just keep you in health bar. Cure White. Do I think you're cookie with icing or brownie? I'll put you in brownie for now, but that might be flexible. And then you're definitely brownie for Shiny Luminous. And now we have the All-Stars forms for Bloom and Egret. We will move down in the list. They do appear in the Heartcatch. Did they use the one in the Heartcatch movie? I know they used the Super Silhouette, I thought, in the Heartcatch movie. But I think they have something unique for the DX shoot. Is it DX3 that they were the main characters in? Dude, I get so lost on the All-Star movies. Alright, so we have Bloom. This is actually not horrendous for her color palette. Like, taking hers and making it pastel, I think actually fixed her base outfit. Because if this was that sharper pink with a sharper green with, like, the really deep maroon, it would have been a bad time. This is slightly better than her original one. Bloom was done dirty. It's so bad. I think it's better than her base outfit, but it's still overall not great. Oh god, what are these? Like, I think it's better than her base outfit, I'll say that. And they added wings. They added yellow wings, which again, the obsession with like this yellow, this like sickly green yellow was a decision. I do love that for these like all these outfits for the power-ups for a while, they just look like they took like, what's the word for it? Like a vacuum and then just blew air into it and like inflated all the outfits. Like, it generally looks like her base outfit, but they just put air inside of it. Like, it looks like it's about to float away. Like, they're all like poofy. And they're all like, they look like they're made of balloons. Like, look at these socks. Look at these leg warmers. They look like air balloons attached to her feet. The yellow needs to go away. Based take. Cure Egrets is either never that bad. It's a combination of her Bloom and Bright, which makes sense. It's better. It's so much better. And then I see, this is the long hair they should have given Nagisa, but again, they're like, what if we made her swoopy bang longer? And I was like, you don't have to, though. I do think that her having slightly blonder hair than her intense orange is actually a better play. I did love their obsession with, like, the pineapple top hair that they did over here, too. They love their pineapple top hair. It comes back every few generations. They never forget. They said somebody in this series is gonna be a pineapple. I think her hair color is a little bit, like, I think it, like, as a power-up hair color, it being kind of, like, it's not even, like, it's blonder, but it's, like, it looks like it's glowing with the way that the colors blend together. Her hair just looks like it's illuminated. And less so for you, but the same kind of concept with Egret. I like Egret's color palette. I've always been an Egret color palette truther. I like Ygritte, but she has a little too much. Yeah, it's just always a little too much. Like, again, it's where the outfit feels like it's not even touching their bodies anymore. It looks like it's just floating around them. Because it's just, like, I don't want to keep using the word inflate. It does not feel like the correct word, but that's what they've done with these outfits. Like, it just looks like it's floating around them instead of being on their bodies. And it's just kind of weird. I'm like, let the fabric fall down with the power of gravity. Like, the levitation going on here. Like, imagine, again, trying to cosplay this and getting the fabric to levitate like this. Like, that's cosplay mode impossible. I do know that at least for this bit that they're doing here is reminiscent of, that's a thing in Japanese fashion that's godlike, so it's supposed to be unrealistic because the gods have that one, oh god, it's that scarfy thing that has a very specific term for it in Japanese fashion. So she does look more reminiscent of like a Japanese god than whatever Bloom's doing. But yeah, it does a lot of feathering, and then like the blue fabric underneath is better than just a random yellow fabric. But they also already have this, like, again, this sandy color versus this ugly yellow, better. Like, would I want this to just be white? Sure. But I'll take this sandy color over this yellow, and then they gave her the ugly not sandy, but the ugly, like, mustard yellow wings, and I was like, her outfit would be perfect if they were white wings. And then her hair is just longer, which it makes sense. Hers is fine. So Bloom, I'm gonna just put you in health bar, where it's like, you're not as bad. You're not as bad as Quicksand Nagisa, but you could be doing better, Queen. You also have to remember that they're glowing in the animation. Yeah, they're always glowing for these. There's always a little bit of a halo glow that kind of fixes it. Cure Bloom's hot pinks are a crime. 25 years in jail for her designer and the taxi driver. They're lucky in that movie that they just need to float and they get their arms in front of them and nothing more because God, these poor girls. Yeah. It's good that there's always space battles, so the defying gravity is, at least location-wise, makes sense. Alright, Ygritte, put you in brownie. I'll see if I put you lower, because we're about to get into some better designs. We're about to, like, you know, move into a territory where designs had thought process. Because we're getting into the Yes 5 Go-Go Rainbow Cures from specifically All Stars. I'm glad they all got power-ups, because I get so salty when only one of them gets a power-up. I'm like, share. I think we all deserve power-ups, actually. We're getting to the designs I actually like. We love that. We love that. In terms of these outfits, first of all, I love that the yellow, the ugly yellow, is not really here. Well, I can see a little bit of that yellow trying to exist over here. We're gonna ignore that. Like, other than her bows and her, like, butterfly wings, her color palette is immaculate. Like, we still have that yellow that be sneaking in every so often, but I'm gonna pretend like that emblem on the front of them is gold. Like, it's supposed to, we'll just pretend it's gold. Is that what they're going for? I don't know. But we're gonna pretend it's gold. And it's like, she's got a shiny gold emblem, that's fine. The rest of the outfit is lovely. This is delightful. Like, it builds on the pirate outfit, and they just added, like, more layering to the skirt, and then they add a little, like, feathering, which is wonderful. I do find it interesting that she's the one with, like, the butterfly reminiscent wings and everybody else gets regular wings. Interesting the lack of consistency there. I do like the coattails here. Again, like, well, actually for this skirt, because it's a shorter skirt and there's a lot less fabric, you can get away with coattails on this, because the top of this will lay over. It is also doing the inflatey thing where it's like, it's flaring out and not remotely resting the way it should, but it makes more sense. The lengthening of her hair is fine. I think her hair is perfect. It's what you should do for a power-up. I'm happy with Dream. Dream has good power-ups. Dream looks good indeed. I like that they gave the other girls in a shining form too. Yes, they deserve it. Hi, Rosie. How are you today? Just wait till we get to Grace. Oh, we're in the better times. But yeah, I really like her outfit. I think when they, like, coordinate the colors but still give them a power-up, it's a good time. I think they also probably went more simpler for this because I think they had to like do so many characters powered up that they're like, we're not gonna go too outside the box for people who have to draw this and stay on model. As for our fellow friends, the other thing is I don't love that the rose and the butterfly thing is happening. I'm like, I know they're supposed to like the butterflies from season 1, roses from the second season. I feel like this could have lived better together. And then this is where they like have to shoehorn in the pink because it's like, pink Precure, cure dream. We have to shove in some pink on everybody. I don't think they need it. I don't think her skirt here needed to be pink. I think she could have just been red. I think the whole red orange for her would have been perfectly fine. They thankfully didn't mess up her hair as badly as they did Nagisa. Like her little puffy, like just getting a little puffier is fine. I don't like the one time I'm gonna hate on the wings. Like these wings right here should have been on Dream. She needed to not have this ugly yellow stuff, and they needed to give her the pink. Cause why you got pink? What's the pink doing for you? What's happening here? What do you say about everyone having a power up? Makes me remember a lady that is on the list, which name starts with G and ends up with a race and that has 5 power ups. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to her. Her and her selfish crimes. But at least like the other girls get a power up in the movie. So many of the movies, it's just the lead cure gets a power up and everyone else is like, oh, go lead cure, go. It's like, okay. Okay, we hate everybody else. The only movie I excuse that in is Smile, and I will get to that. As for our lemonade, I don't know why they put blue in her shoes. Just keep it like, this is the one time you can go off queen with your yucky yellow, because she's yellow. I don't know why, like, I think this may just be the rendering of the image. I don't know why this looks orange on her, and then has this weird blue line up there. I assume that's just, like, it's ancient quality. The scan might have been bad. It's doing, like, it's doing some stuff. Overall, the shape is fine. I have no problem with the shaping of hers. I think her having shorter coattails, I think her having, like, the feathery leg, I was gonna say leg warmers, what are they called? Just knee socks, I guess, above the knee socks. Her little swoopy doops getting longer is fine. She doesn't need these. These pink clips are ruining it. This doesn't look great. But overall, it's like, it's not a bad design. It just builds on what was there before and just makes it a little more, which is, I think, what a power-up should be in some cases. Mint. I don't know why her green looks like this. Because her green is a little bit calmer. Like, this green is very, very intense. And I just wanted them to use her normal green. Like, I guess it's just supposed to be, like, the glowy version of hers. But, like, everybody else's colors look fairly similar to their base one. The green's like, what if we took the saturation to the max? And I was like, go back to her normal green. Because then we get, like, this, like, kind of calmer green. But, like, the calm green, this, like, bluer green, turquoise, getting mixed in with, like, the I am green is too much. And then they're like, here's the yellow. Here's the yellow. Like, I don't like this on the sleeves where they just made, like, the little accent part of the sleeves longer. Don't do that. And then they put the mint green on her. Like, they're like, we're gonna take every shade of green we can possibly think of and just smash them together. And I was like, we don't have to, though. What if we just call it? Like, genuinely, this would be fixed if somebody just made the colors more harmonious. Garters. I say garter. It's not quite a garter because you'd need the garter belt to, like, pull it up, I guess. I don't know. I'm bad with terms. Um, yeah, I guess it would be garters. I don't know. I've never. Yeah, I guess you're right. Lemonade has blue on her shoes. I don't think yeah, it could just be the coloring here because like it looks like this is like a blue. Like maybe it's just the shading of it, but it's like none of the white here gets blue shading. Like this has pink shading. Like this should just have pink shading too. I don't know what they're doing there. But yeah, here I don't like all the too many greens. Green from her hair and the dress looks weird together. Yeah, like that's the weird thing about green is that not all greens really look great together. Like I feel like blues, you can shove a bunch of blues together and it looks fine. Like as we can see from Aqua, like the blues kind of just function together despite them being more cyan to like true blue. But the greens just be doing, the green has such a spectrum. And then again, the dopey little yellow wings are hateful. But I also loved her original. I loved her Yes 5 outfit more than her Go Go outfit. So I feel like these two were nerfed. Like the collars don't look. I hate collars. I hate the collars here so much. Um, but yeah, Aqua's okay. I think they did better with Rouge. I think Rouge was our strongest in this lineup. Rouge just was considerably better. Milky Rose is one of the prettiest designs in Precure, and they just made the dress longer. Yeah, this one, like, I'm debating whether I might like her base form a little bit more, because it's a little bit more consistent, because they just made the dress longer, and then I get what they're trying to do here with the sleeves and layering it, because it looks like rose petals layered together. They also gave her blue feathers instead of the pink ones, which I think is better, but she's also the blue rose, so she was allowed to be different. I don't know why they gave her the yellow wings, though. And then they still have the yellow in her gloves. Ugh. But I don't know if making the dress longer and the experimentation they try to do with the sleeves is really working for me. I think I liked her base design more than her power-up. I don't think it... Like, again, I think this accentuated Rouge's base design. I think this accentuated Dream's base design. I think this just kind of made the base design worse, in my opinion. But that's just how I feel. Yeah, Milky doesn't change much at all. I love Mint, by the way. She's my favorite. I love Mint. I love Mint. I think they just, throughout the series, just made her uglier. I think she had such a strong initial silhouette. Alright, Dream is gonna go up there, because I think I'm putting her in Donut for now. I don't know if I'm ready to hit Wedding Cake quite yet, but she has obscenely beautiful. Rouge, I think, is also up there. Lemonade, I think we come down. And then definitely for Aqua and Mint, they come down. And then Milky Rose is just going to stay there as well. Milky Rose looks like sort of a religious figure with a power-up. I don't know how to explain it. Interesting take. I can kind of see it. Maybe it's the... She does kind of look holy, but I think it's also she has lighter colors. Alright, skipping on to Dream's Cure Dream Grace's form. It's interesting to see this because they still had to, like, sit here and be like, we got this ugly yellow, but they, like, made it so light that you can barely tell the difference. This is one of the things that they've done with a lot of the modern redoings of older cures, because they also did this in the Otona, where they're like, we have all these ugly colors, we're just going to make them so washed out that you can't tell that it's a different color unless you really pay attention. Like, this, her skirt looks greenish here. And this, like, again, that light green that they like to shove in outfits, and then you have, like, the yellow here. And it's like, just make it white. Just make it white. Especially since this is going to be on the screen for 3.5 seconds. Make it white or use this pink that they're using. Like, the light pink, I feel like, is more consistent. I don't love the collar. I'm debating on whether or not I like this overcoating that they do with the dress. I love when you have, like, an overcoat and then a skirt underneath. Like, Lolly Rock has really pretty designs in this department. I really like Lolly Rock when they do this. I think my only beef is that this is, like, one big piece that slides out, and then this is just painted designs. I'd love to see this actually be, like, the skirt be something on top of, like, this would be a leotard that would go under the skirt, or, like, this would be, like, a dress of itself, and then this skirting would be a thing that goes on top of it. I think I would have liked more. I like the sheer. I like the use of sheer that they go in later generations. I don't mind her little bug antennas. And then the gold skirt I think makes sense, but I also wish it may just be the way it looks here, but I feel like this should be the same green or the same yellow as this. I don't mind the green gem being there, but it's also one of those things where it's like they just threw in some green. But I think they also took that from Cure Grace, who just have splotches of green, but the green makes sense on her because she's supposed to be flower themed. Unlike our butterfly rose themed queen over here. But it's not a bad design, and I think they definitely show the generations of improvement. And they try to nerf what was bad about the original design. So I think I'm gonna stick you in brownie for now. And we'll see where that takes us later. Alright, trying to catch up. For Milky Rose, the mix of rose petals on her hair, her shoulder pieces, and her wings are too close to on the design. Yeah. Cure Rouge's power-up is so elegant yet energetic. Exactly. They really nailed her. Honestly, they do better with the tomboy characters when it comes to designs. I feel like they get a little lost in the sauce when they have to deal with dresses. Or at least during this era. Okay, I really like this one, especially the butterfly skirt. I do like the butterfly pattern. I really, like, in general, this is gonna be a reach. There's the game Tales of Berseria, and one of the first characters you meet has a butterfly, like, skirt dress thingy, and she looks so pretty. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up. Give me a second. Da 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 da. Alright. Tales of Berseria. I think her name was Ceres. Do. What's a good shot that I can get of her dress? And we'll just pull it up. Alright. Da, da, da. Okay, so this is the character. Oh god, she's off screen. You can't even see. Oh, my screen's too large. Where? Make this is so scuffed. Alright, here, we'll do this. She's got this butterfly skirt layered here, and I always really liked this. This was like my favorite part of her outfit. She's there for like 10 seconds, but it's really, really pretty. Anyways, going back to the tier list. I feel like people would need to embrace the butterfly pattern on skirts more often. It's such a cool idea. The Cure Dream... Oh my god, the Dream Cure Grace Power Up is so weird for me. Sometimes I really like it, and sometimes it looks super duper weird. I feel like that's all the power ups. Is you're like, and you're like, oh, but, and you're like, and you're like, ah. You've got like 50,000 emotions. I always thought her hair made me feel more like a ladybug than a butterfly, but that might be me for sure. No, I can see that. I can see that. It does have a little bit of ladybug energy. Wait, I mean, I know that there's Miraculous Ladybug, but it'd be cool if there was like a ladybug themed cure. Less power suit, more ladybug dress, like a ladybug themed character with like a nice poofy skirt, because the ladybugs lend themselves to like a really cute skirt, would they not? Anyways, I digress. Alright, next up, Heartcatch. Heartcatch Power Up. I forgot these existed. Oh. This is one of the ones where, like, I think there's some things I like. If I cut it and I only look at the top half, I think it's fine. Like, I love the color palette. Let's get one thing straight. Other than the ugly yellow wings that they just kept putting in all these movies, if we just pretend the wings aren't there and they're white, it's fine. But, the color palette's great, but I also think, what's his name? Who's the person who did? I always get him confused with Horikoshi. Is it Umakoshi? Umakoshi's better with color palettes in general, so I assume he had a hand in direction here. It's the name that gets me. Cure Dream Grace. Yeah, they didn't work real hard on that one. They did not go very far with that one. Honestly, the ruined skirt ruined the skirt to levels I can't even comprehend. Yeah, the skirt's really taking me out. The skirt's so ugly. It's like, it reminds me of when mech series want to make a girly mech and they just add like a bunch of like pieces of metal jutting out the bottom and they're like, see, it's kind of like a metal skirt. That's what this feels like. But not like, honestly, the mech version's better. There's no need for more petals on the skirt. They just didn't need to make them longer. Like, I'd rather have been like a flowered skirt. They did not need to make them disgustingly long. It bothers me a lot. And then I'm kind of debating whether I hate or like the swirls that they did with Marine's hair because like it kind of looks like the poop emoji. And I'm really trying hard to be serious and not see that. But I don't mind like the feathers that they added here and then the swooping because like they always had this interesting like nautilus shell look to their like blossomed what do they call it? Puff sleeve. But the feathering is really cute. Instead of like it being a flower, it's a feather because it's always feather themed when they go super. It's yeah. And Marine has curls for some reason. Yeah. The feathers and petals on the skirts look like leaves instead. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. I don't love that. What's happening here? It ruined the original design. I also don't know why they took like maybe it's supposed to look like a bouquet, like the wrapper you hold flowers in a bouquet. But like, why are these so tall? why are her shoes like it's not even the shoe itself is taller. It's just the like collar of the shoe when whoo I hope my random sound effects are articulating what I'm trying to convey to you all. If you know what I mean. They kind of are worse. This is one of those things where it looks good when we only look at it for a few seconds and we don't actually sit here and look at it. It feels like a crime to be putting these so low. But they're kind of rough. They're kind of rough. Ah! Is this our first Sartilius? I don't think it's that bad. Again, I think our our poop Nagisa is the worst for me so far. It's too overdesigned. Yeah, I think they just like make everything bigger and it didn't work. If they went for the pointy skirt of the super silhouette, yeah, the super silhouette handles it way better. They took notes and figured out what they needed to do. On to our sweet ones for their movie, their all-star movie form. I'm trying to find the words. The hard catch design working, the design. Oh my god, I can do this. Hard catch. The hard catch dresses work because they're simple and you make them over the top. It looks suspicious. Fair enough. These guys just, again, this is one where it feels like we went a little too much. Like, it kind of looks like there's the dresses and then they put the heads on top. Like, do you see that especially? Especially with Rhythm. Does it not feel like there's this outfit and then they just photoshopped her head on there? Does it not feel like they aren't in the outfits that they're supposed to be in? Am I losing my mind? So let me check if stream's okay, because I just got a dip. Make sure we did not die. Stream health. Okay. We're alive. We're alive. Okay, just making sure. This is my least favorite power-up. It looks so bad I can't. I actually really like these dresses. I think they're doing things. I will say they do fix the problem of Melody's issue with her dress, where like this being hollow and the skirt being a separate thing doesn't really work well in reality, and it should be connected. I don't know if this needed to have like the two, like it works for some reason on Rhythm. It does not work here. Also, Rhythm has always had puff sleeves, but why does it just, it just looks, maybe the portions are wrong. Maybe it's just the portions, because like in theory some of this should not be as bad. I do find for some reason though that turning Melody's two-piece into a dress looks weirder with her like tennis shoe-esque boots that they're trying to go for, where it feels like it feels like that. What movie was it? What's the movie where she wears a princess dress but she's like, I'm not like other girls, and she wears tennis shoes? And so she's got a princess dress but she's wearing tennis shoes underneath. That's what this feels like. I also just don't like the collar. Like looks cool when they're in mid-transformation and you see the like part of their collars like going, wee, look at all these frills. Seeing it like this is not doing it for me. The hair is fine. The hair in both is fine, but I also don't think they did much to the hair other than like slightly change the color. Rhythm looks like an 18th century lady about to go to sleep. Okay, I was about to say there's something very 18th century looking about her. Oh my god. I think their hair is alright. Great gowns. I feel like the bottom half, like I have no qualms with the entire bottom half. It's like the opposite of Hardcatch. I have no qualms with the bottom half of Rhythm. I don't love the whatever's going on here. For some reason, I think it's just the puff sleeves are too puffy. I think they just need to like let the air out, let it deflate for a second. I don't mind the headbands. I think the headbands are cute. And then there's something about it where it feels like if you take pieces of this outfit, it's appealing, but you put it all together and it's not. Like for some reason, them putting the, like, I know for her original skirt, these come down pretty low, but it looks like her skirt is like frilling out too low. It feels like this should be on her hips and not below them. I don't know if, but again, the skirt's cute. The like gloves are cute on both of them. No problems there. The color palette's significantly better than everything else that we've seen. It's just, it feels like there's a dissonance happening. I think my favorite part is skirts. The skirts are beautiful. Like, this is the proper layering to be doing. But again, she also has her skirts kind of low on her hips, but it doesn't look as atomically incorrect on her. I don't know. I just realized they made Rhythm's boots longer. Yeah, they did. They went for the high-rise boots. I'm gonna call them now. That's not the term, but we're gonna call it that. I think they just needed to raise up Melody's skirt. Yeah, it feels like she just needs to pull it up. I have to be completely honest, the tutu skirts are so much better. I do like a good tutu skirt. I have a fondness for a little tutu. But yeah, this one's gonna be hard to place. I definitely think I like rhythms a little bit better. Like, I think if I had to list out the reasons, there'd be less things I hate about rhythm, so I have to put her up higher. Melodies, I feel like there's a fight. There's a war going on. I think that, yeah. The skirts are good, but they don't look like they should be there. Yeah, that's just kind of how I'm feeling. That's kind of how I'm vibing with it. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. That's so fair. I just don't like how it feels like they're choking on on those turtlenecks. There's definitely some suffering throughout the outfits. Oh, we get to talk about the Smile Precure movie. This is my favorite design of all time. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is my favorite design ever. There has not been a design that really tops this one. It does everything I've ever wanted in an outfit. I'm gonna be so biased right now. I'm gonna be so insanely biased right here. Ultra pure happy. So pretty. Dude, there's nothing that I dislike about this outfit. Like, well, I mean, her hair has always been weird, but that's not the design's fault. I just love this. I love that they have, like, the translucent wing head thingy on top of, like, this dangling, like, the head that, like, the wing piece that it, like, drapes down. I can't even speak anymore. I'm so happy with this outfit. I love the insane amount of feathers. I like the asymmetry where it, like, goes higher here, and then the asymmetry that has this, like, diagonal line for the boots with one going up, one going down. This is where I love that you have a skirt that has a little bit of poof, but not too much, and then it has a coattail that works really, really well, and the feathers are so beautiful. This would look heinous in real life. I'm gonna put that out there. But it looks so good. I love the unnecessary ribbons everywhere. They spark joy. Very kamikaze kaito-jun. And then I like the biker shorts. I've always been a fan of the biker shorts. I'm a biker short truther. This is such a beautiful outfit for me. It's the only movie that I let them get away with a solo Cure outfit because she slayed so hard. She gets a slay pass. Funny how they didn't make like power-ups for the Fresh Girls. I think it's because they were weren't they the first? They were the main characters of the first DX movie. I think they just didn't know what they wanted to do with DX movies yet. They were like, we did an All-Stars movie. And we're going to do our best. But they should have. I honestly think the Fresh Girls could probably have had really good designs. Because the thing is that their outfits are insanely short to begin with. Especially like Barry, for example. So powering up and lengthening their outfits would have made sense. Like, I could imagine a really good design for Barry if they updated it. I think they would have really strong, like, solo movie ones. But they do get the angel forms, which is... it's something. I think this tops this one in... there is one I think that tops this one. Ooh, I can't wait to see what your favorite is. The biggest glow up, truly, right? Smile Precure is my favorite solo movie in the franchise. It's one of the best. I don't like a lot of the solo movies because I feel like the writing really declined in a lot of them. It's one of the best solo movies. It's pretty good. They really got me with this one. I thought I went into this movie being such a hater, and I'm such a loyalist. And the music in this movie is the best music in the entire franchise. Yasuhara cooked so hard with the music in this movie. Anyways, I'm gonna oogle over this if we don't keep going. This design is so godly with the asymmetry. It's so satisfying. Yeah, because it's asymmetry that you don't detect as asymmetry, which I think is a really powerful thing. With, like, asymmetry does more favors when you don't realize it's there, but it is accentuating the design. I think that's, like, the best. When you're, like, blatantly, you're like, oh, one side is not the same as the other. Why is it heavy on one side? It's just, like, the asymmetry is balanced. Like, the wing's going too high on this side balances it going too high on the like it's balanced. It's about the balance. Oh my goodness. Happy looks so insane and gorgeous here. She feels like Happy just transformation. Where'd they go? Just transformed into a heavenly being. I know, and that's like, this is where they get away with like the like translucent heart bit here, I think really adds to like the heavenly aesthetic that does fit the Japanese like mythology bit. Maho is the best solo movie in my opinion. I think I need to rewatch it. I'm trying to remember what the what happened in the Maho movie. I remember the All Stars Maho movie. Which one was the soul? No, you're right. Pure Mathurun. That was a good soul. That was a good one. I think Star Twinkle is my favorite. I like Heartcatch and Mahotsukai. And then I like Smile a lot. Those are pretty high up there for me. The one dislike for this outfit are the boots. I think I can see people disliking the boots. I can see the boots being a negative for people. I am a huge fan. Cure Peach and Pure Passion are my favorite cures ever. I would sell my rights over them to get a power. That's the best comment all stream. So funny. Oh my goodness. Alright. Moving right along. We have our first wedding tear for me. I'm gonna talk about the Dokidoki movie. Okay, I think the Dokidoki one I have to pull up. I have it on my desktop. Let me grab it. Because it's not, I think this was a web piece, so I didn't want to be in this one. So we get a nice look at this bad girl. Oh my god. Girl, we have the same favorite movies. We have peak taste in the chat. Let's go. Okay, so it's really, I gotta tell you. It's really hard to talk about this dress because I watched this back when I was in school. And I remember my friend walked up to me while I was watching it on my laptop. And she was like, what is happening? Why is there an evil oboe? And why is she in a wedding dress? And I sat there like, I'm watching the movie right now. And I could not tell you why this is happening. I don't understand why hers was a wedding dress. Like, the context of it made no sense for what was happening in the movie. The Dokidoki movie is just chef kiss. It was amazing. This movie was such a fever dream to me. I remember it started out so strong with the whole, like, really depressing, like, resurrection of a bunch of dead people, and it was getting really, like, hardcore, and I was like, oh my god, I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now. And then it got so off the deep end at some point, and I don't know why there was an evil oboe. I just, oh, anyways, let's talk about the design. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to talk about how I feel about the design. I do love how in the scene where Kira Happy gets a transformation, it feels like she's come back to life after being dead. Yeah, that's like, again, the Smile movie was so good. The direction of that whole scene was so good. Her, like, the music, her transformation, the whole, like, confession of love. It's everything you want in a power-up transformation in a Magical Girl series. I think it was to relate to the beginning scene of the movie. I'm trying to remember what it was. She had a dream sequence of her own wedding scene. That's how much I've forgotten about it. I was like, I think they just try to shoehorn in the concept of a wedding. We all know that she's just gonna marry Regina, let's be real. His power up is amazing, but I hate that it appears for like 3 minutes. It was a weird, like, this is one of those ones where, like, I couldn't even be mad because I was like, this is just too weird. I don't really feel bad that the other girls didn't get a transformation because we just barely understand what's happening in this movie. I have really mixed feelings about the movie, but I like Cure Heart's power up. The fairy godmother was a weird inclusion. The dog story was super sad, super emotional, but the random oboe final boss was super weird. Yeah, it just took a turn. Like, how do you have the first time we have gore and Precure, and then turn around and be like, the villain was an oboe? Like, how am I supposed to explain that to non-magical girlfriends? Where it's like, this movie gets hardcore. There's bleeding, and there's love, and there's loss, and then there's an oboe. Just too much. The only reason why Cure Heart's power up as a wedding dress is because of the title of the movie. Yeah, I feel like they're like, we want to do a wedding dress. They're like the people who work on the Nikki games, where they're like, what if we make the next outfit in this game a wedding dress? I know you have 5,000 wedding dresses already, but what if we did another one? Like, there's something about people just having a moment where they're like, guys, I just really want to do a wedding dress. Yeah, it had our first dealing of blood and Precure. Yeah, it was a movie, dude. I like this. I think it's kind of simple, ironically enough, for other power-ups, but I also can't tell if it's because we don't have access to, like, the design, because usually the design adds a little bit more details in there that aren't in the movie. It's okay for a wedding dress. I do think it's doing a lot, and I hate the bow over here, but this is just my personal preference on wedding dresses. I hate, like, the bow not being in the back. This is one of those things where I don't like the asymmetry. I like that it has, like, the boathouse-esque neck. I like that it has the, sheer fabric going on here. I like this. I do like this, like, the little veil going on there. They just made her, like, swoops a little bit bigger. I don't know if that's doing any favors, but it's there. It's happening. We're all present to witness it. It's an okay outfit. I feel like I prefer the simplicity of, like, Mugen's silhouette as opposed to the simplicity here. But at the same time, I don't remember what the bodice looks like. It's okay. I don't have qualms with it. It's not doing enough for me to hate it other than the bow looks awful. The bow looks like it will, like, it's one of those things where you look like it gets caught on something and it tears off the dress. But that's also a cosplay thing. It's okay. I'm gonna be mean, I'm putting health bar, just because I feel like it's doing too little to hate it. I need more. I need more information. I feel like I'm doing an Am I the Asshole? I need more information to make a full judgment here. Didn't Cure Heart marry a Kamen Rider character? I think, didn't the voice actress do something like that? And a lot of the actors who do Precure and Kamen Rider have had crossover interactions IRL. I think the wedding dress was because something with their grandmother. That's why I don't remember. It's been so long. I watched this in high school, and I am not in high school for a minute. The wedding dress comes from the idea of Mana's grandmother wearing a wedding dress that had been passed down to Mana's mother, probably to Mana in the future. Oh, got you. I could be completely wrong or misinformed. It was another Cure who did that. Which thing? What did I say? What's my brain messing up here? But yeah, I do know that I know there was some big celebration not too long ago where one of the voice actors married one of the Kamen Rider actors. But I so bad, like, it's so funny because I'm part of a Precure group chat where we talk about, like, information and stuff and news with Precure. And dude, people talk about the voice actors and I'm like, they're like, "Oh my god, so and so voice actor did so and so," and I was like, "Who's that? Whom?" I'm so bad at the voice actors. Everybody else is like 100% knows the first and last name of every voice actor for every Precure character, and I was like, girl, my mind does not do that at all. Now on to Happiness Charge. I'm actually kind of... So, Happiness Charge is another one that I'm conflicted on. Oh, this is going to be a separate one, right? Happiness Charge, I'm conflicted because I think at the time of watching the movie, like, I think with everything I watched with Happiness Charge, I constantly was pissed that Megami was the only one who got anything. I was like, that made me so mad. But I'm like, where it's a different time, it's a different place, I can now look at this and decide if I like it and not be pissed off about what the movie did. I think the wedding dress was because of her grandmother was part of the movie. It must be. I think a couple of people said that now. That must have been what it was. I actually love Cure Lovely's power up. Yes, it's the poor man's Cure Happy's power up, but I love it. Oh, this is one of my favorite power ups, actually. I did like the happiness charge on them. So, my reveal. I really, really like this outfit. But I'm somebody who really loves the ballerina aesthetic. My winter model has a ballerina outfit. My sister did professional ballet for a while, and I got to see her in, like, the prettiest outfits ever, and I got to oogle over ballet outfits. I really love the ballet aesthetic a whole lot. Huge bias to that. So I love this. Like, there's nothing that this is doing wrong. First and foremost, they said, we're gonna have an organized color palette. We clapped and cheered and cried. Like, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, the yellow that's in this outfit makes sense because it's going for the golden thing, and it's not a hideous yellow. It made, like, her having a crown, her having, like, the little, I'm gonna say wristlet. That's not the word. It's not quite a bracelet. But it's there. This one is cute. I love... God, I gotta figure out what the word is for this. But, like, the fluffy little, like, feathery... Like, this is how to handle feathers, because you can do this in real life a lot better than the way they normally do feathers. This shawl-like thing that they do here is fantastic. The leotard's great. The only thing I don't love about the leotard is it starts to look like a tuxedo right here. I think that's the only thing that's throwing me off, is it looks like a tuxedo, and I'm like, I don't want it to look like a tuxedo, but that's my personal preference there. I love the tiny bow in the back. The bow is where it should be. I love the ballet tutu. Dude, whenever they do lace on the legs, it's amazing. Fun fact, this is awful in real life because the lace will just fall down. You think it will stay there? No, it won't. It hates you. It will fall down. You gotta tape that stuff on there. You gotta get that tape and you tape all the lace on your legs and then it doesn't fall down. And then it gets stuck on your tights when you have to take it off later. But this looks gorgeous in outfits. I love when they do the crossing of the lace. It's my love language right there for designs. And I love the ballet shoes. The only downside to it is they're not quite ballet slippers because they're heels. This is one of those ones where they could have gotten away with not having a heel. But they learned to finally take a break from heels later down the line. This is a beautiful outfit. I'm very happy. I just like, we take the movie and we take that and put it to the side. We take this outfit, we love it. It's gorgeous. This is one of the best iterations of wings too, because I feel like wings are a bit of a struggle to draw in general, and I think they handled it better here. Alright, let me catch up with chat. I see Ben is also a ballet bias. Let's go. The Happiness Charge movie was, for me, the best thing that came from the season. I'm trying to remember the plot of the movie, because I remember there's the little girl with blue hair and the doll. It's been a hot minute since I've seen this movie. I remember the movie being good, but I just remember being so mad that it was another solo power up. Me being prepared to hate these movies, knowing dang well that they're going to sit there and only have the main character power up. Like, little me just hated herself. I just sat there and I was like, I'm gonna hate watch this movie, and I bet they're gonna solo power up, and surprise, surprise, they do solo power up. I think it's more justified for me to be pissed that they solo power up in the show. I should not be I had to learn my lesson to not be pissed that they get a solo power up in the movie because they've been doing that forever. The movie animation was so pretty and so different from the actual show. Was so much better. I do remember the animation being really good. I do remember this whole bit being pretty decent. I think Megami got the best wings. Absolutely agree. Cure Lovely looks like a ballerina Cupid. She could be the sugar plum fairy from the Nutcracker, right? I'm trying to remember if there was like context for why she looked like a ballerina in this, but this is one of those ones where I'm like, I'm not a huge, like, I feel like their wedding designs kind of flop for me. The ballerina, random insert of a ballerina worked out. I know that maybe it has something to do with that the dolls were there and they're like dolls, ballerinas, maybe Nutcrackery. I don't know. This is one where if you're gonna shoehorn in the ballerina one, I let you have it because it's so pretty. As a Happiness Charge lover, the movie was amazing. There we go. There we go. It's giving the Barbie animated movies core. Thank you. Someone's got taste. I love the Barbie movies. I should just do a marathon of all the Barbie movies at some point. Double ponytail gets lots over the gorgeous outfit. Oh, it's true. It does divide itself. I didn't even notice that. I feel like that's just such an anime thing where they just randomly have the hair like bisect itself, even though that would never happen in reality. Because they do that with Homura in Madoka. And I'm always like, I don't understand how her hair is doing that, but like, pop off, queen. It was about the little girl who lost her ability to dance due to the main villain. Oh, there we go. It's the girl who the villain paralyzes her legs, and that's right. That's right. Don't like the series, but I love the design. Our Happiness Charge ever being the divisive series. I think the ballerina thing was about the little girl who used to ballet dance. See, this is why I just need to watch the movies. Like, when it's been 10 plus years, I think I have to, I legally have to rewatch. Alright. So I'm gonna put this probably. I don't know if yeah, I like it better. Maybe I should just move everybody down. I think we should just, this is gonna be harder. Let me move it down this way. I think we just gotta move everybody down. I've gotta be more honest with myself. Now these are all out of order, but whatever. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that felt right. That felt correct. I may have just ruined my own tier list, but that's okay. And I'll move that down. I think this is where we stand. No, I'm moving that down even further. I've made my decision. I've made my decision. All right, this power up. Go Princess, Mode Elegant, Primavera. Is this from the musical movie? The All Stars was it Hado no Carnival? Was that what this was from? I remember there's a weird key because I own the key that's this dress. I've never stared at these dresses more than like a few seconds because I think it shows up towards the end of the movie and they get a special key. And then I had to add the key to my collection. It was really annoying to buy it. It was really annoying to find this movie exclusive key. These dresses are doing stuff. Not much. Just doing a little bit. Do. The little girl couldn't dance because of the villain. I feel like the girl would being able to be happy even if she couldn't dance would have been a better message than the just this evil guy. Yeah, it kind of does a thing. I should probably not say the example I was about to give because it's a major spoiler for the conclusion of it. But some movies, like, something bad will happen in the movie that's a regular thing that occurs in real life, and then by the end of it, they're like, it was the bad guy all along. But it's like there's nothing wrong with that being the reality for certain people, whether it's like a disability or I'm gonna say what the thing was, but I'm not gonna say which series it was. The parents got divorced, and the plot twist was that the villain manipulated the parents into divorcing. And I was like, okay, but a kid could just, divorce is very common. You could just teach kids that it's okay if your parents get divorced, and it's not like an antagonist fault for the parents divorcing. I feel like some of the movies kind of missed the mark on that, where it's like this is a very normally occurring thing that's happening to this character, not something special. I could go on a tangent right now also about like disabilities being healed because they also did that. I'm gonna go on a tangent. I'm so sorry. They did that in Homestuck. And the only reason why I bring up Homestuck is I was gone for one day and they have announced that Homestuck is getting a show. And I'm like, what? Why? We brought Homestuck back for what? That show was, or that series, is technically speaking, it was a webcomic, was so a product of its time that it's not going to be good now. It's going to be so weird bringing Homestuck back. Anyways, I had to let that out. I had to get out my Homestuck thing. I really want the You and Idol Precure Power Up to give off this vibe. Girl, the chances of You and Idol getting a power up is very low. Maybe we can hold out for the movie or in the final episode, but the chances of getting a power up are looking really slim. Like, if the girl actually had an illness but could live with it. Yeah, I feel like that would have been better messaging. This is from the musical All-Stars. Yeah, Haruno Carnival. Ultra Cure Happy is the incorrect placement. I'm so glad I'm getting the approval crown. I was waiting for you to be like, girl, I see your biases are here once more, but don't worry. I don't love my biases outfits that much. Flora's giving some of the Candy Crush copy games. Do you see it? I do. You're so right. Oh my god. There's no official art of these dresses. It was so hard to get my... Yeah, I bet. They're there for like a blink. You barely see this. Welcome in, Marcos. Hello, everybody. Wow, this tier is tough to choose. It's true. The colorful hearts look like they're glued on. They do. What in the mobile games? Gokigenya. Yeah, it's just her normal dress, but they like shoved on this, like, it literally looks like candy. I was gonna say these look like gummy hearts that they just glued on here. These are like gushers, but heart shaped. And then for the other two, they just like added some hearts around their base out. Like, what did they do? I have to look at what her normal elegant mode looks like, because did they just not add these hearts here and that's about it? They we're like, we've done it. We've done it. We've added hearts. And then I like that it goes around her dress, but that's about it. Like, was this not her belt all along? I think she had, I take it back. I think she had like a really obnoxious bubbles, pearls thing going on here maybe before. Now they're hearts. Like, what are we doing? I see the designers were in the arts and crafts room making these designs. I know, like, where's the macaroni? I feel like we're there. Girl was waiting on me to come and call her out her GoPre bias. Twinkle look exactly the same. That's what I'd be saying. They changed the flowers, pearls, and stars, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. They just changed the accents. Just to hearts. I feel like this would be better if they went with the gold thing. If all of these were just yellow or all of them were pink, it would have been fine. The fact that they did this random rainbow is doing nobody... I feel like I could eat these. Now I'm hungry for, like, some, like, gooey candy. Not gooey candy, like gummy candy. I'm gonna get myself, like, Sour Patch Kids after this stream, dude. That's what this is making me want to do. These look like sweet tarts. I'm not gonna lie. Now I want sweet tarts. I like tart candy. But yeah, these outfits were like, girl, give us nothing. They're like, I don't hate them because it's the regular outfits for the most part, and those are fine, but the, like, accents make them worse. So I'm just gonna... Oop, no. No, get down here, Florian. I'm not ready for you yet. They're just sweet tart editions of these outfits. Personally, I liked Haruno Carnival. I liked the movie. I do kind of wish it had more of a story to it, but the Morning Musume music was so good. Like, that final song, I know that's one of the only Precure songs that I bothered to learn the lyrics for. I know the entire... I should remember the title of it, but I don't. The Harano Carnival final song by Morning Musume. And I remember the artist, but I don't even remember the name. I'm such a fake fan. So they were done so dirty in these designs. I mean, the movie wasn't good. The power-ups weren't going to be good, personally. Dang, Sakura coming in swinging. As far as I know, Twinkle, they changed her stars on the trim to the dress to the yellow hearts. Yeah, that's about it. This is the one bad thing to come from GoPre, these outfits. Ben being my fellow GoPre bias. Alright, let me make sure I'm getting... I put in the wrong Twinkle. Get back there. She thought she was gonna be slick. Sliding into the elegant mode pumpkin Halloween specials. Now, these are actually interesting to look at the design of the dress, because they're doing a couple of things that I find incredibly interesting that I don't know if they do with the original designs. Now, first and foremost, this is going to be another example similar to our ballerina and similar to our wedding dress, where the designer was like, guys, I really just want to do this theme, though. Can I do my theme? And they're like, okay, you can do your theme. Because they were like, what if we just did Halloween dress themes? And it's interesting. Yeah, I fixed it. Harno Carnival is fun if you like Super Mario, because you just get Precure versions of Wario and Waluigi in this movie. God. Now for the better dresses. Okay, I like these ones looking a lot... I remember these looking a lot worse. Honestly, I heavily end with these. Oh my god. These... I think the only thing I dislike about them is that I don't like the color palette. I think if you put the color palette aside, these are actually kind of cooking. Like, why are they yellow? They're Halloween themed. They look like spring chickens with the color palette. What were we doing with just bringing... They love this stupid ass yellow. I like they did a more elegant Halloween and not campy. That's true. So I'm going to go into the designs, because I'm going to have to pick these apart from the designs perspective and ignore the colors, because the color is going to trip me up. I like that she's got the pumpkin skirt. I think that's cute. This is definitely giving, like, what's the name of it? The cage skirt that they had in the ancient times. Welcome in, Pillow Kitty. I'm so sorry you came in on one you don't like. I like the pumpkin skirt. I also like the bodice here. Now, one thing that they do that's interesting, because Legos do this too, I'm making a Lego reference here, is that they do these slits. You can see it the best in Twinkles, where you see that it comes down with a strip here. That's done in fashion to make you look skinnier. They do it in Legos most pronouncedly. Whenever there's a female Lego, they'll, like, draw in the outfit to make it look like they have curvature. It's interesting that they chose to do it for these ones. It's most pronounced here, but you can also see it a little bit on Mermaid, where I'm like, they're really, like, pushing this, like, hourglass look to the characters. But yeah, I like the bell skirt. I like these, like, drapey nonsense going on. I feel like these strings are supposed to be kind of like pumpkin roots and stuff. It kind of looks like her hair's messy. But, like, when you think about it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. But at first I was like, her hair is frilling. Like, comb those stray hairs, Miss Ma'am. But for the most part, I like the design. I like, again, if we're really going to talk about wedding dresses, which these are technically speaking, like, ball gown, wedding dress style dresses, this is very pretty. I love the double layer here. I think a third layer would have ruined it. Double layer looks fantastic. I will always hate her pearl in the center. I think that's gaudy, and she needs to take that off. But otherwise, her having just, like, this kind of, again, like an hourglass kind of shape going on here. Her sleeves are beautiful, drop dead gorgeous. Her hairpiece looks really, really cute. I have no qualms with it. Like, the silhouette of this is very nice. Hoop skirt is what I was looking at. Crinoline and hoop skirt. Those are the words I'm looking for. We never gonna escape the Yes 5 sandy yellow, apparently. It's here to stay. I don't like your Flora's dress at all. Fair. Totally fair. Do you like the other ones, though? Let me know. Are we vibing with our other options we got going on here? I guess both are the same, but that's what you mean. Yeah. That's exact. You help me out. The thing with this power up is that the girls just get it. I was expecting some bonding with the Pumpkin Princess. I think the real struggle of this movie is that it's two movies, and so they had to cut both stories short, and I don't think that did itself any favors. I do love how they kept mermaids more slimmer than the others. Yeah. I feel like it works because she's supposed to have a mermaid style dress. Do 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 do. No banning. Don't ban nobody. No banning. No banning. You dislike. I think somebody else said they disliked Flores. No ban. We no ban. We give. It's okay to have a little bit of a different opinion on the dresses. I think. Oh, she did say. Yeah, she did. I think I like Laura. Flores the least. She has the most basic out of all of them. The shade. They look the same to me, TBH. At least the dresses do. I think they kind of do. If you look at it a little bit closer, you can see the differences. Like, we have more of, like, a basic bell. This is, like, a hardcore bell. Like, Miss Ma'am said, hips for days. I don't know if I love that for Twinkle. I think Twinkle would have done better if she had an asymmetrical one that showed her legs, but I know they're not doing that. They're going for, like, the ball gown situation. And then for, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Miss Scarlet. I hate how high it is. Like, they're going for more of an empire waist, but the fact that they make it bulky to look like a pumpkin's, like, the whole pumpkin aesthetic here, it looks very matronly, is I guess the way to put it. She looks like she's gonna have a child. I'm like, I don't think when you go that high on a skirt and make it bulky, it's doing a lot of favors for the figure of the character. I don't know. I think it's a personal preference thing. I think there's more flattering ways to handle that. I would have just had to go all the way straight down. I don't think having the curvature at the end is doing itself any favors. Do. Aside from Minami's. Yeah, Minami has the most, like, she has the most dramatic silhouette change. Which I wish they went with other ways to, like, handle it. Because it'd be cooler if they did, like, a squash thing and, like, had the dress, like, just be billow out maybe at the bottom and have it kind of more streamlined here. I just wish there was more than just her being, or at least like two of them having something a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad that they kept Scarlet's sleeves. I do think the sleeves are fine, and I think her sleeves look better with the color coordination. I don't know if I love the flared puff sleeve. I think Kira would have slaved, or Kirara would have slaved if her dress was like Mayu's diamond ribbon style dress. I have to remember what that one looks like, because those ones were ones that like had big on the side, but like had a short skirt and you could see their legs. GoPre movie power-ups are the worst than the ones in the show. I do think the show ones are stronger. I definitely think their final, like, the Grand Princess look was probably the best. And then I wish they all got Grand Princess short versions like Miss Flora did, but you know how they had to have their lead bias, as they do every time. These are going to be a little bit harder to rank, because I think Flora's kind of like middle road for me. I like mermaids a lot. Twinkle, her hips are so silly looking. Her hips are so silly looking. And then I think Scarlet's also look good. Her hips are a little silly looking. Maya's was a slit skirt. Ooh, that would look better. I feel like this slit skirt is an underutilized one. They always use it in their regular forms, but I don't think they often use it in power-ups. They do look like 2020 Disney princess dolls. Whether that's a compliment or insult, I don't know. Who had mentioned that? I feel like I keep missing people. Honestly, these are wedding tears for me. That's so fair. The movie was so weird. It was definitely an interesting choice with the movies. Oh man, I'd EK if that posted, but yeah. Alright, I think I'm caught up on chat, so we can move on to the movie form, which I am trying to remember the movie form. This is the All-Star form. I was like, I don't remember this in the movie. All-Star form makes more sense. This is another movie that I remember nothing about. I remember there was a purple or red-haired girl she sung, and then she was like evil, but then she wasn't evil. And there was like stuff happening. I barely remember this movie at all. This one's gonna be tough to rate. Girl pre-moving having 3 stories was so weird and unexpected. Yeah, they're just doing too much. I think I think they were still be conservative at this point, so the power-ups. I'm ready to push the Maho girls power-up. Oh god, what in the doom jury is this? This is one where I feel like I don't mind how they handled her hair. This is very Cure Smile with the way they did her hair, but it makes more sense. But there's something about, like, not doing anything higher up on her head with her hair that feels like her hair is too low. Like, I don't know what it is, where it just feels like her hair is too low for once. Them giving her bigger batwing hair was not the play. Making her batwing hair bigger was not the play. You should make it shorter and make her regular hair long. They pulled a Nagisa again, where they're like, let's get the wrong part of the hair and really inflate it. Like, they kind of made her hair a little bit longer, but it's harder to tell in this design. But the backwing hair it's something. They really loved their batwing hair with her. They're like, she looks like a bat, but she's a good guy. I don't know. The wings I like. I kind of find it interesting that they changed the color on the wings here, because I don't know if blue was the color I would go for here, especially since they always had this, like, greenish yellow thing going on here, which again, don't know why this color is the color we chose. It just doesn't match everything else. Unlike, I do think we're much more coordinated in the color department for Miracle. I'm so happy they brought her back. They brought her back in Mid-Eye Days. That's true. I can't even pronounce her name. Solcier. Oh yeah, she was Mirai Days. They had a lot of callbacks to Mirai Days. Thank God they left our stuff. Oh my god. Miracle is fine, low-key, but magical is anything. Is just anything, but not a good anything. Miracle's design is so pretty. To me, this is so weird. Her wings are like an icy blue. Yeah, it's interesting. I will defend Cure Magical's bat hair with my life. Not in this form, though. I don't mind her bat hair because I feel like it fits the character in the main show, but I don't think it needed to be airplane mode. She already has wings. We don't need to double up there. Like, just give her bat wings. Like, you know how we've got a headband with her, like, little Pegasus-y wings? Just put, like, bat wings on her little headband. It would have made more sense and been more symmetrical. Or not symmetrical, but consistent. I don't know if making her dress longer did her any favors, because I'm gonna say something. I need people to not be upset with me. She looks like He-Man. Am I the only one who's like... She's got the... Is it He-Man? Yeah, it's gotta be He-Man, right? Where he's got, like, the little lad outfit on and the blonde hair with the bad haircut. Am I picking the wrong character? I'm looking it up. Yeah, it's giving He-Man. I don't know why for me. He-Man when he has his, like, pink leotard outfit. In, like, the OG series. I'm so sorry, but it's giving He-Man to me. Oh my god. They brought these forms back in Mid-Eye Days in the final battle. Oh, why did they do that? I just watched Mid-Eye Days and I didn't realize that these are the outfits. Do they go by too fast and I don't see it? Rico says nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And you can save, right now you can save 50 pounds. That's $200 or 200 pounds for a family of 4. Lottie got the good references. True. I don't see the He-Man. IDK if it's He-Man, but I see what you mean, Well, it's that pink outfit. It's the pink outfit that he has with his pink, like, leotard tights thing going on, and he's got, like, the pink overalls. I really can't be saying this without looking it up, but every time I look up He-Man, they show his more naked version, and I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't know if I love whatever the hell's going on with these boots. I don't know what's happening with these, like, feathery nonsense stuff down here. Like, we've done feathers on boots, and this is not it, Queen. I do like the gloves, though. They did fine there. But also, I feel like it's just this silhouette, but it looks like she's hunching. She looks like she's like, hey. I'm like, put your shoulders down. Relax, Queen. No one's coming for you. It's it feels like her shoulders are too high, but that's like an anatomy problem. And then for magical, her base dress is fine. I don't know if this needed to get any poofier, but it's also reaching like, yes, 5 levels of poof, so we're just equilibrating the OG. I don't have much qualms with her like outfit. I think it's fine. It's just the hair. Her outfit just kind of looks like the same outfit. Honestly, you saying it looks like the He-Man makes me like her design even more. I'm glad I could help. Mirai said that she wanted more layers on the dress, but she didn't get the right seamstress. I need more poofs. Poor girl needs a refund. Yeah, I do feel like her dress is like, it needs to be poofier. I don't feel like the elongation is the play for her outfit. She kind of looks like a peasant girl now. She looks like she's gonna go out and get tomatoes at the market for her family. She looks more like a peasant. Let's see. I like you less, but I'll put you here. I like you more. Am I losing it? No. Okay, wait. Yes, this is what I want. You are better. Alright, is the next one just a, is this not, it's not, it's like Alexandrite, but the outfit's more white. I love this. I love this one. Mirai's got a priestess look. She does. Mirai doesn't feel like herself. It just doesn't feel like her. This does. Like the poop here, this is correct. Now, whatever's happening behind her, whatever's going on with the outfit there, where it's like the I don't like that. I've always hated that the like, what's it called? The coattail is like inside her skirt and it's coming out her butt. I don't know if I love that. That should be on top, but I get that that wouldn't functionally. I don't know. Maybe they just need to ditch this. They just need to ditch this thing. Like, it's gotta go. I don't think this is doing any favors. Like, it's not, like, it works here. Whatever they did with magical, it's going great. I don't know what's happening here. But the top half, wonderful. Just making the outfit more wider. Like, instead of, like, going with the gold, they moved to just making the outfits more wider. I think that's fine. I think that looks heavenly. Either they go, like, with a really, like, I feel like they need to have a power up where it's, like, a blacker. Like, they just add more black accents. Or outfits where they add more white. To me, that, like, that upgrades it. But then they'll never go for the black because they assign that to evil. But, like, I love having, like, a color dominate it that's more neutral, like a black or a white. I love this heart in the hat. The hair is fine. It's campy. That honestly, these didn't have hats. They did the headbands. Having the real magical hat for like the witch aesthetic, perfect. The wings are fun. I think for like how fun this outfit is, having the more fun wings instead of the realistic wings, I think does them more favors. All right, I'm gonna take a break and make sure I'm catching up with chat. Glorious S plus top tier full camp. I love it. Now this is art. I think the show Alexandrite is better except for Felice. We'll get to Felice. I don't know how to feel about Magical, but Miracle is amazing. I mourn the outfit's dead cousin. What I would do to see these outfits for the first time again. I love that the ribbon on the opposite foot for these two. Oh, I do like that. I do like they kind of have like a little Madoka looking ribbon to twin with each other. That's cute. I didn't even notice that. They're married, Your Honor. I like magicals. I've always liked when her dress does this like cut, like when it's all together it's whatever, but when they did the forms for Mirai Days, I like that they come down in like their own little slits. I've always loved that design choice. And it like they made it work with her having a poofy underskirt. These are just good. It's just a good time, man. It's just she looks really, really good. I like the little feathered cap to kind of going in a more knightly direction because I feel like her outfit went from like being like an evil witch to being a little bit more knightly. I like that. This is the one area where I do think the collars work for the characters, but I think it works for the aesthetic of the show. These are good. And then also you see how the color coordination is great and there's no like weird yellow just randomly living in this design. Instead they went with like a pink and a purple, like this light purple. Like imagine if they sat here and tried to make this purple bow, this really light purple bow in the back. Imagine if they tried to make it that ugly yellow. Let me traumatize you once more with the ugly yellow. Oh my god. Lico's is so good. I worship these designs the way that Texans worship Texas. Dang. That's a commitment. These power-ups are already amazing, but I like that I found a way to make it even bigger without making it over the top. True. I think it's like a lilac, yeah. Lavender lilac. Just not ugly yellow. And then we get to our next girls, which I find it crazy too, because like Muthadoon was Cure Muthadoon and then like has also a bit of a power up too. I really like Felice's. I really like her design in general. Like I feel that when they have these mid seasons and they give them just like a dress, sometimes it's not doing them any favors or it's a little too jarring. I have always liked how like she's the one time where we've had a mid-season cure and it makes sense that she's different. She's not like the other girls. Like Moonlight I feel like was too removed from the like core team and they just did that because they're like she's older and like I don't care about the story reasons that like she's still just a human girl. I like that Felice's different because she's a god. I love this outfit. I love how the sheer green. I love that they made her braids look not dorky. I love it a lot. She looks so good. The pink wing, also the pink wings just look good. These like translucenty, glowy pink white wings work. Where I feel like the wings here were kind of they didn't feel proper. Here they feel like they match all the outfits, but I also think it's because they added a light pink to everybody, and the light pink doesn't feel as intrusive as like an ugly yellow. This is the one time where the yellow makes sense because the green and the yellow complement each other really well, and it kind of gets those like OG gold aspects, but in a way that works. And you can see that the gold that they use here is different than the shade of gold they hear. Like they're like, oh, we can use other shades of yellow. Didn't know we could do that. Didn't know we could do that at all. Now I have to be completely honest, please don't kill me, but Muffanoon had the biggest outfit downgrade in history. The 4 random ribbons on the hair, I can't. They're super puffy boots, the gloves, I just no. I will get to my opinions on Muffanoon. Felice's dressing is 10 out of 10 in any timeline. Agreed. Felice's super big bun is still weird. I guess the bun's a little bit funky. I'd never really thought about it. For some reason, it just kind of fades from my perception of her. I guess it's a little bit funky because it looks like Yum Yum's buns, but like one. I didn't even think about that. I love the bun on top of Felice. Cough is a cutie kiss. Sorry, I had something in my mouth. Felice's dress is absolutely gorgeous. The shade of green is so pleasant to the eye. Yeah, I think for how we had that hideous green that they gave meant for her power up, they fixed it. Like, honestly, I genuinely think if they gave like vine colored green hair to Felice, she'd still be a really good design green wise. I think it's just the hair where people lose appreciation for Felice as a green because the greens they gave her are so good. They work so well. Like this is lovely. I also feel like they could have more true green characters if they just had the base of the character be a white with green on top of it. In the same way that, like, there's barely any yellow in some other characters. But they're like, it's a yellow cure! And you're like, okay. Okay, queen. Felice's design is a masterpiece of its own. But the power-up make it even more amazing, exactly. The ribbons on Muffadoons are the same colors as all the cures. Pink for Miracle, purple for Magical, green for Felice, and yellow for Muffadoon. I get that they do that. I kind of hate when seasons do that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get that they're like, it's a reference to everybody's colors, and I was like, yeah, but now it's just kind of an ugly mess. Felice is so Fluttershy coated in this outfit. Yes. Yes. They found a way to make her design even prettier than her original. I do think Kotoha's bun is weird, but the design will feel shallow without it, in my opinion. I agree. I feel like she needs the, like, lift in her head. Though I do feel like we could make these, like, feathers do more. Because I feel like she would be the kind of person who would do well for, like, a feather ears kind of situation, too. Because I think they did... Let me go back to Happiness Charge. One of the... Am I blind? No, Happiness Charge was a separate file, that's why. Didn't they give her, like... Okay, yeah. So they gave her, like, feathers around her ears. I like it when they do that. Where it looks like they have feathers for ears. But it's also why I literally have feathers for ears in my character. I hate drawing ears, so I have feathers instead in my design. Or I cover my ears with my hair, as you can see on screen. My own personal choice with characters, because I hate ears. Fun tea lore for the day. Now on to Muffinoon. Now, this is going to be a lot of personal preference stuff going on here. Um, I don't typically like the candy cane pattern on anything. I think Wonderful Precure did a lot of work to convince me that I don't hate candy cane. This is one of those moments where I don't like candy cane. It looks too circusy to me. But I also not somebody I don't like Alice in Wonderland and I don't like circus as aesthetics. Those are my two areas of like I don't like that aesthetic, but it's 100% my personal opinion on that one. That's not like objectively a truth. I just don't like candy cane. I feel like just put on like some skin or just like make it white or yellow and call it a day. I love the fluff on the boots. They do that with I think Cosmo, and I love that. I have a fondness for it. I like the little like freaking Mickey Mouse bear shoes. I don't know what this is in the back where it's just floating off it. I also don't know what these like random paws coming out like that. This is too much. These three things I think are too much. I personally don't like it. Like I like pumpkin shorts. They're like they're very divisive in the community. I love the puffy pumpkin shorts. I don't like the pumpkin shorts with something over top of them though. I think they stand on their own. I don't like it having this weird round like bear shaped coattail at the top of it. I do like the shawl though. The shawl's really cute. I like shaws. I don't love the like again. It's very circus glovey thing, but her whole thing is she's very circus aesthetic. If not directly, she definitely has circus influence. So I just don't like the circus thing. I do think when you have the lion hair texture and it's very smooth, and then you just randomly stick on these tumor growths, it looks weird. Where I'm like, either this is her hair and you get rid of the lion stuff, and like have her have like two kind of like cute puffs and she just has that would be fine on itself. But the fact that this is a different texture than this, like this looks like it's shiny smooth and then this looks like it's fluffy, it looks really weird. It genuinely looks like she has two meatballs growing out of the top of her head that need to be removed. Either have this be her hair or have this be her hair and don't have it be in between. Choose one or the other. I don't quite understand why it's just here. I think it's also the color does not lend itself. Like the texture does not look good in this color. Like really vibrant orange does not read the same way as like other colors do. But I honestly don't want to take this into Photoshop and like erase this because I think it would look fine if it was just like she had two puffs up top. But it's just the hair looks like it's fighting each other. All right, let me catch up. I do like Muffinoon's design. The one side of the accessories and the pink on and the other side of the purple. Yeah, I don't mind the purple and the pink when it's like here and like on the hat. I don't love the bows. The one thing I love about Muffinoon's outfit is how playful the design is than the others, just due to Muffinoon's personality. I do think that fits. It's one of those ones where I fight because I prefer seasons to be a little bit more consistent for all the members, but it makes sense that personality-wise she would be like the fun one because she's the mascot versus the god. So I think that's one where I let it go away. They're pantaloons. The pantaloons. Yeah, I don't mind those. T saw Muffinoon's outfit and said, how do I end this girl's career right now? It's 100% a personal preference thing. Like, I don't think that, like, compared to the outfits before where I was like, this is objectively bad because of these reasons, this is very much like I, to my own personal taste, do not like these things. Still think Kira Muffinoon's design is cute, though. I do think she's super cute. I do think she's very, very adorable. I don't think it's horrendous in the golden orange Nagisa 18th century ribbon, but it's not. Yes, I do think like if we look at it for as a whole piece, again, it's much better. It's definitely far more uniform and it makes a lot more sense. I think there's just like it feels like I'm playing a Where's Waldo game of like what's going on here. But for the most part, it's a much better design than the others. It's one of those things where it's just I don't love it, but it's not objectively horrendous. So going on to these, I think I'm gonna put them up here. I think I'm gonna actually put Felice at God tier. And then I'll put Brownie for you. And then we get to Kira. Okay. We'll talk about Kira, because I have feelings. I think somebody in chat said this earlier today, and I feel like I'm gonna be such a hater. I do not like seasons that just slap on wings and call it a day. I mean, to be fair, Dokidoki committed this crime far worse than the Kira Kira movie Power Ups do. But these designs give me yes girl, give me nothing energy. I just noticed that Muffin's wings are more rounded than the other girls. I do like that. Again, I like that. These are such a flop because also people did not realize that they have changed the colors of the outfits. Like they went there and they color selected and just changed the colors to add white. When people first saw these designs, people did not immediately register that the designs are different. They just were like, "It's the girls with wings." Welcome back, Dokidoki Precure. Welcome back. I feel like they somehow made the initial designs more boring somehow. Like as somebody who actually has cosplayed Whip, I know what her design looks like because I quite literally had to like hand go through the entire outfit and figure out how it's made. They took the buttons off here and she looks empty. There's like 4 buttons here and they took them off. For what? It's emptiness. Her sleeves are also less puffy because they have a trim. Gone. Eviscerated. And then like they just made her, I think her gloves are darker and then her boots are darker. And then they gave them like a coattail, which I don't know where that coattail's coming from because the skirt is supposed to be 100% like a full skirt. There's no asymmetry. It's supposed to just be a circle skirt. I don't know what's happening. With like they made the outfits more boring, which is crazy to me. Like the white, the just adding more white into it and simplifying the colors I don't think is a bad, but they simplified the designs with the colors, which is such a weird, like they just subtracted when usually for these they add, and it's very weird. I feel like the girls did a race car pit stop and slapped the wings on, left the pit lane in 2 seconds to get back to doing nothing. Yeah, this is one of those ones where the standalone movie was terrible. I'm glad, the only thing I liked about the standalone movie was that it connected to the series. Like they actually in the series had a moment where they said, "We're going to France now," and they're like, "We're back from France." I like that the movie's canonical compared to the other movies, but then the movie was just such a whatever movie. And I was like, how could you guys give nothing? I will say out of the 6, Custard and Chocolats are the best. I will get to them. I do like that their outfits are brighter. Go, Kira Kira. Girls give us nothing. I mean, the normal Kira Kira outfits are so great as a whole. So the whole design isn't bad. I think what kills me is this was a movie they could easily have just used the power up. I can't remember if the power up didn't exist yet when the movie was released, but they could have just used the power up. You could have brought the power up sooner and just put the power up in there because the power up its designs are significantly better. The way is the same. It's the same pose from the normal art too. I feel it literally feels like they had 2 weeks left to end the movie and they just made them tracing the OG. Yeah. Every time Kira Gelato loses her leather jacket and Angel loses its wings. That's true. She did take off her jacket. For Custard, you can tell where the tail coat comes from. Yeah. Yeah, this one makes more sense because it's like her top rim is there, but even again, she's got a puffier skirt, so that's gonna lay really, really weird IRL. Hers, like, again, she just looks so, like, all they did was just change the white, and so there's very little difference with Custard, which I think is why, like, if you look at her and you look at her, these two are just like, we slapped wings on it. The rest of them, they obviously mix the color palette, but even, like, Makodon doesn't look so significantly different from her original with the addition of white that, again, you can't really tell. I think Chocolat and, Gelato are the ones where you can recognize it. Now onto gelatos. I feel like what kills me about it is 2 things. One, I don't like the icy white. Like, I get it's her power up. I don't think that works for her, having her washed out here. But also, they didn't change the color of her gloves. The lack of commitment there is what pisses me off. Where I'm like, her gloves stayed the same blue. They should also be the icy. Like, if you're gonna commit to the icy blue, go all the way, queen. Otherwise, I feel like it just makes her too washed out. Like, it genuinely looks like she left her outfit out in the sun too long and it faded in color. But again, there's just not too much difference. She did take off her jacket, which is kind of lame, but I do like the puffy sleeve. I like it when we have, like, furry characters. They give them puffy sleeves. Macaron looks the same. I'm not gonna lie with you. Other than just magically added coattails, like it's the same character. It's just her again with like a smidge bit more white than her original design. It's just the same character. Chocolat, I don't know if I hate or like it because I don't like how intense the stripes are. Like this is one where like the dark colors are intense. She looks like when they gave Lightning McQueen new tires at the end of the first car movie. I'm making the worst references today. My mind is going places that no one ever thought of. Oh my god, Gelato still has her jacket, it's just very pastel blue. I feel like, didn't she have longer sleeves? Didn't she have longer sleeves? Am I going crazy? I thought she had longer sleeves on her jacket. Now I'm being a fake fan out here. I don't remember. I don't mind the coattails here though, but I also think she always had coattails. They're just white now. Chocolat, I'm debating about. Like, I don't know if I hate it or like it. It's just the white is so jarring. But it's like, again, at least we actually noticed that she has a change in her design. Like, I think she's the only one where I really am like, the design is different. Here, I'm trying to tell if the blue mint green thing they have going on in her outfit, they lightened it, or if that's just the default colors. And I just always thought it was darker. I don't know. She looks good with wings, but that's because she's a diggity dang Pegasus. She's meant to have the wings. They've always kind of been there. That's why they had to give her 2 layers of wings, because they're like, wow, let's give our character with already having wings more wings. She looks good with all, like, her palette being a little bit more washed out. Like, compared to her washout not being my favorite, the washout here is okay. But again, it's go, queen, give us nothing. Kira Chocolate's cape not being brown is a crime. I don't like this yellow. Like, she kind of looks like an employee at McDonald's. I feel like she's about to take my order. The movie is canon, then Mahotsukai and Kira are in the exact same universe, Precure logic. Precure and it's like the universe being in the same universe is very complicated because in a lot of in a lot of iterations of it, they eventually, I think, after Happiness Charge, admit that seasons exist in different. Like, I think everything up before everything before Happiness Charge is implied in the All Stars movies to all exist within the same universe. Then after Happiness Charge with the whole dream thing, they are like the world's like Happiness Charge is in a different universe, but we can connect through dreams. And then throughout the next few ones, they have this like universal pull, like up to, like, is it Hugato or is it like Miracle Universe? There's some point where they're like it's all the other Precure universes, and like they all glow in some like yellow void, and they're all coming from different dimensions. Like, they eventually start to try to imply that they all, like, certain seasons exist within different dimensions. And then we have whatever All Stars F is, and it's like, JK, they're all protecting the same Earth. And I was like, I thought there were different universes. I thought we had, like, a multiverse thing going on. It's very complicated. The main change in the sleeves, they got shorter on Gelato's jacket. Okay, I was like, it definitely remembered being sleeves. Parfait never had a good design, period. I like Parfait's design. I like her design. I think she's very simplistic, and I don't like the fruit in the corner. Hugato is the universe one. Yeah, it was Hugato. I thought so. The wings are terrible, so under-detailed, no hint of feathers. Worse. But they're also, like, so these are the ones where they're, like, they're not even wings. Because they, like, at least in other seasons where they have wings, the wings will flap. These just are taped to the back of their backs. Like, it's Christmas time and you have to sing as one of the angels in the choir. Like, the wings they're completely aesthetically, and they're like, we can fly now. And I'm like, you're not flying, you're floating. Don't lie to me and say you're flying, because those wings aren't flapping. You're hovering. Makes me mad. So I think for the give me nothing category, I'm just gonna stick them in sugar, because that's all they are. They're just a little bit of sugar. There's no spice. I saw Macaron trying to slip into the other category and lying. Alright, we're gonna have to really, like, I'm gonna have to not do all these at once, and I'm gonna have to come into them a little more individually, because we're about to get into the absolute chaos of Star Twinkle. Star Twinkle is a mess, but it's a chaotic mess that I appreciate. Now, actually, I'm gonna take a break before we do this. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna take a break, and then we're gonna crack in to Star Twinkle, and there's gonna be some thoughts and feelings. I hope you guys are ready. BRB. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Alright. We're gonna be getting into this. So this is gonna be in the category of the design may be good, but I don't like it because I don't like X, Y, and Z thing. There's gonna be a lot of that. And then there's going to be really heavy bias for my own personal zodiac. Alrighty, guys, this is your chance to get your snacks ready. Yeah, get your popcorn because we're about to go into these ladies. But 12 power-ups in just a movie is insane. Yeah, I definitely like these. They cooked in terms of like, you know how we just did nothing with Kira Kira? We're gonna give you everything with these. These will be on the screen for a second and they won't move. We will only animate the mouth. We won't animate these ever. But they do have these forms, and somebody had to sit here and design them all, so congrats to that designer. First off, we're gonna start a little strong. I'm gonna forget all the zodiacs. Because this is what? Not Aquarius. This is not Cancer, because Cancer's over here. I'm gonna have to remember who's who. Is Aquarius the one where it looks like it looks like it should be a water one, but it's an air sign? You guys are gonna have to help me out with the zodiac signs. I'm so bad at the zodiacs. We have this one that might not be Aquarius. It might be Aquarius. One of them is an air sign when it should be a water sign. It's always pissed me off. This is very cute. In terms of a mermaid design, this is perfect. Like, this is what we would have if Kir Kududun had a human form. Stars, Pisces. Pisces, that's what it is. She's the fish one. Pisces fish. Pisces fish. That's right. This is beautiful. I love it. I think the red is the only thing I don't like about it because it kind of makes it look like a clown. But otherwise, I feel like this is pretty much perfect for me. I love a mermaid design. I feel like it's got the proper camp for it. She has her stars. Her shells in the hair are really cute. I like it. This one's cute. I'll let you know, don't worry, thank God. Some of them I should be able to get. I know some. Personally, I like them all except Aries. Aries is the ram, I think. I think. I need to remember my zodiacs better. Okay. So, Taurus. I hate cows. I don't hate cows. That was very aggressive of me. I don't like cow aesthetic, but part of my hatred for the cow aesthetic is because it's my sister's aesthetic. My sister, when she was in college, I had to put up her cow print wallpaper, like that, like, sticky wallpaper stuff that you can remove later and does no damage. I had to sit there and put that wallpaper up, so I have beef with cow print. And really the only negative in the design is the cow print. Other than that, the design's not doing much cow. It's just like, or bull, I guess it's technically supposed to be, but they went with cow. I like the horns, and then the tighter braid is just cool. I don't know if it really is better for the design. I think it's cool. And then the underskirt's fine. I like that. I like that it has width, or not width, but it's wide. Because this is like the width, wideness, I'm gonna keep saying the wrong word, that we should have had with, like, Moonlight's skirt. I like it. I do think they could have just made this a whole dress. I don't think they needed to necessarily keep her Sakura petal, like, skirt situation going on here. But it is what it is. I'm relatively happy about it. I just have my sad TM backstory about why I don't like cow print. And I blame my sister and her obsession with cow print. Like, you know, if you get one person in your life who gets too much with an animal print, like snakeskin, or like, what's the other one? Like zebra stripes, leopard print. You get one person who does too much of it and you're like, I'm done. I've had my fill. My personal brave from a Tauros fan. You did say Tauros was your favorite. The twin braids and the Taurus are beautiful. I really like the braids. I don't know why. They just like they scratch and itch. They itch a scratch, scratch and itch. I can say words. Also, they're trying to mimic each star princess's dress. That's true, because these are vaguely based off the star princesses. But we also hate the star princesses here. Oh my god. This is Cancer. I think the crab is cute. I still think it's weird that they assigned Cancer to green. I think that's eternally a choice. Um, mm, Let me think. I don't love it. This is one where it's like they just did the color green dirty here. I like her hair though. I like that they try to do the crab claw hair, but that's the only crabby thing happening here. And then I don't know what these are. The gold bits. Milky is Cancer and Leo. Right. We got the crab. Crab. Have I been saying the wrong thing? It's the crab one. Cancer's crab. Cure Milky and Cure Beauty are both rocking the Goku hair. They do be doing that with their power ups for the next one. I think the bubble skirts hurts Milky's star dresses. Yeah, I don't like these. I don't like the skirt. Like again, this is one where they're just like we inflated it and it's like you didn't have to. We didn't have to. Again, I feel like this could have just come down. Like I think if she had at least one of her dresses doing that, that would have been nice. It's kind of rough. Kind of rough. But I don't hate her hair in this one. I just don't know what the horns are doing. Crabs don't have horns. Me, as somebody who catches a lot of crabs, crabs do not have horns. I also don't know if the pink bow is doing her any favors in the color palette direction. Like, I get they do the like the pinky loops here, but like I feel like the pink this should have just stayed this teal that's here. I don't know. I don't know. But I do like her being greener. I just feel like it shouldn't have been Cancer. The gold bits are crab claws. Is that what that's supposed to be? No. As someone who's, as someone who's seen crab claws, they look like horns. They look like they're supposed to be like goat horns. The fade in the hair is gorgeous. I do like the ombre. I am a ombre obsessed fan. So like this going to lighter, this one going to darker. Ombres will always be. They may not be made for every occasion, but I like ombres every time. I'm a loyalist to ombres. I like your stars Pisces because I'm a Pisces. Aww. I don't know if I caught you in here earlier, FNAF Precure, but welcome in. If I did not. Milky's lion tail is exactly the same shape as Gelato's. Yeah, I definitely see that with the Leo. I get what they're doing with her having like the lion mane hair. It just looks dumb. I feel like there's better ways we can do lion's hair. It just looks a little silly. But I do like the colors for this one. And they don't have the unnecessary pink in there. This one's just the rest of the outfit it's what it is, what it is. The bubble skirt's not doing any favors. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. I thought I'd have some reprise. All right, let me rate these guys. You're up here. You're up here, Queen. I think I don't like you as much as I like Pisces, but Pisces is pretty good. I'm not loving Cancer. And I'm not loving Leo. But I can't, like, I think these balance each other out in the same level of, like, not as fond of them. But I do think they're above this tier, if I'm looking at the tier below. Alright, let's get through Cosmo. Let's get through Cosmo. Alright, Cosmo with Aries. I hate it. I hate it. Dude. I feel like she just needed one. I don't think she needed two. I think if she just had one poof in the back, it'd be fine. Don't know why we already are doing blue to red, and they're on the opposite side of the color wheel. Why are we adding green? Why are we doing RGB? Why are we doing RGB in her hair? Take these clips out. Take these clips out. The Santa Claus outfit is something. Trying to shoehorn in her, like, piano keys skirt thing is always a choice. Like, honestly, if we got rid of this would be a really, like, we fixed her hair. and then we just said this is her Santa Claus form. This would have been a great Christmas form. And then I don't like the sheer asymmetrical, like, rainy, I don't know what this skirt's doing. Alright, my cat is about to knock my mic over, so I'm gonna pick you up, stinky butt. You want a hug? You want a hug while I'm rating these dresses? I give you a hug. You're gonna get a big hug. You're so cute, but you're super annoying. You always want to sit on my lap when I don't want you to sit on my lap no more. So stinky. Alright, that was a cat break for everybody who didn't know what just happened there. Alright, I'm gonna try to catch up. Just going to say, as a Gemini, I'm not happy with what we got for these. Don't worry, girl. I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute. I see the bubble skirt haters in town. It's still alive. Normally, I like them. I like Milky's normal skirt. I don't like them for the bigger one. Leo is better of Milky's outfits. I like that she has the same crown as the Leo princess. Now I've trained myself to say Leo because of Leo. Leo and Leo. Oh my goodness. That's true. I do like the little crown. The little crown's cute. Little crown's adorable. Cosmo is Aries, Virgo, Aquarius, and Gemini. Yeah, you're the one that's a lie, you air sign. You filthy air sign, despite the water being here. Like, they literally made it water, but you're an air sign. I hate it. Zodiacs don't make any sense. We're canceling astrology. What in the Lucky Charm is Aries? Oh my god, it does give Lucky Charms, doesn't it? It does. It's magically delicious. Oh my god. Aquarius is the only one I like from this. It actually does look pretty good, but we will get to that. But yeah, you remove some of it, it'd be a great Christmas outfit. The ram horns are fine. They look a little funky. I feel like we could have put them on better, but I think it's just the template. I think the worst part about Pure Cosmo getting all of the designs here, like all 4 of these, is that she already has the world's loudest design in Precure history. Like, her design is doing far too much. Far, far, far too much in this design. And then they're like, what if we added more? And that's just such a crime. Like, I feel like, as somebody who loves the angel aesthetic, Virgo is such a mistake to me. Like, if she had less stuff going on, like, she didn't have to worry about her cat tail, we didn't have to worry about her stupid, like, mouse ears that are supposed to be cat ears, but they're wrong. And then, like, her little, like, thief hat PNG that's taped to the top of her head. She'd be fine. Like, if we got rid of these details, she'd be so much better, because the base of her outfit is great. I love the base of her outfit. And I love her, like, gloves, and I love her stockings. But, like, I also don't know why her shoes are, like, this vibrant pink when everything else is pretty, like, pastel up here. I don't understand what we're doing. Why we have this, and why she have this stupid little flower? What's this flower doing up here? Like, it's too much. You already have the stupid PNG hat. Why would you have the flower? Get that out of there. Her hair is cute. Like, this hair is great. Just get rid of her braids. Like, why did we keep them? We got rid of her braids here. Get rid of her weird braids, and then just keep this angelic hair that matches the princess. The wings are fine. And then what's this skirt? Like, what's this skirt? The skirts are, this is like 4 skirts trying to be one thing. I hate it. It could have been good. Oh my god. Gemini being split in 2 halves is perfect design. We will get to that. The Virgo dress needed to be floor length, and the blue and the rainbow needed to be lengthened. Yeah. The ball gown in Virgo is so not Cosmo coded. That's true. She also just doesn't, yeah, she's not a character that I would imagine ever being okay wearing a ball gown, because she needs to be flexible to run around and be thievery. She's not really like a lady. She's a cat. Now, I could never put a dress on my cat if I tried. The pose they put her in feels like the wings are too big and her back can't handle them. It does. With her leaning forward a little bit, it looks like she's an immense back pain. But she's also carrying 2 hair. The flower is there because of the Star Princess design. Sometimes we can leave things behind. Now we get to Aquarius, the zodiac sign that doesn't make any sense. It does the whole pot thing that the Aquarius sign does, which is great. I do think the dark blue works here. Like, this is one where it's like, she's the dark blue character. Giving her the dark blue pen makes sense. I like that they made this kind of fishy, like, webbing. This is, like, I genuinely think they saw Aquarius and they saw an Aqua and they're like, it's the water one. It's an air sign. Don't ask me. I hate Aquarius, conceptually. I like that she has waved hair. I like that the color palette's much neater. This one's just obviously the superior one amongst the rest of them. This is good. It's doing better. I like that they just added white and they're like good. The pot being green with like random stripes here, like I get supposed to be shooting stars. It looks like a cat clawed the pot. Like I don't understand. The pot is the worst part of this outfit, and it's not even on her. It's just her pot. But yeah, the hair is cute. I also think this hair is cute if we just got rid of the braid. I like how they do the rain theme for Aquarius. They made the rainbow. Oh, it is a rainbow at the end of... See, this is why it's a better design. This is a better design. Rainbow at the end of a rain. Better. Even if it's an air sign. Next, we have Gemini. I am a Gemini, by the way. Thanks for asking. So when they announced that they were doing zodiac outfits and they were dropping these to be like, here are their different outfits. Here, like, they were dropping these on social. I have never been more disappointed to be a Gemini than today. Like, I can understand, like, doing a twinning thing where one side's one thing and one's the other. This is the most hideous thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm, like, actually kind of traumatized. First of all, get rid of the braid. Low-hanging fruit, we don't need her to have braids and other hair. Like, they can get away with it with Aquarius, but it's horrible for these two. This is awful. Because now she has 3 hairstyles, once again. Doing too much. We've got, like, a fun, like, gal kind of hairstyle, and then we've got a drill, like, welcome back, Kasane Teto, like, awful. Awful, awful, awful. Terrible, 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 terrible. Hate it, hate it, hate it. And then, like, they gave her cherries. She gave her cherry hairs and a red cape. What are we doing? These are earrings, not hairs. But it's awful. They threw in some yellow here, because why don't we just do every color? On top of this, like, being green coated, let's put every color in here. Which, mind you, this was actually a teal color. Like, the actual pin, I think, was more teal. Because I own it somewhere around here. And then, like, they did this. I hate it. This design makes me irrationally angry. As a Gemini, I'm personally offended by it. I'm sorry for the person in chat who really likes this outfit. I'm so sorry. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. The blue fits Cosmo. It looks so good. But she kind of looks like her Star Twinkle Imagination style. It does look like her Star Twinkle Imagination style. Back to this one. Mermaid Cure Star. Just destroy all of these. It's so true, though. Like, where's the lie? The thing I hate about the 4 designs is that they kept her braids for absolutely no reason. You understand. The braids are just so wrong. In the film, they do split them, and they become full legs. I do remember that vaguely. Even if these were individual looks, I'd still hate it. I'd still hate it. I hate this. Like, they didn't even really change her skirt. They just, like, threw stuff on top of it, and I hate it. Goodness. Us Aquarius babies are eating good. Someone needs something, because us Gemini are in a hole. Dead at the scene. It's not a good shot, but I sent Gemini separate. Oh, let's see if I can pull that up. Because I think I should have streamer mode activated for this so it doesn't beep boop the entire time. Alright, I'll put the Gemini forms so we can look at them a little bit better. Alright, I clicked and dragged and you ignored me, computer. Don't do that. Alright. Okay, they look a little bit better separated. They look a little bit better. But, like, they still keep this here. They do look better separated. At least the hair, because the hair's so jarring. I do think it looks better with this dress doing this, but still, it's just an add-on. They just added these pieces on here. On top of her normal outfit. It does look better separated. But only a little bit. Oh god, OBS went away. Bring back chat. Bring back chat. Okay. Get my OBS where I can see him. Do-do-do-do-do. Why is Cosmo a Virgo and not Soleil? I think it's just the blue. Some of it they color-coded. Some of them they should have color-coded. Like, honestly, Aries probably should have been... I guess they had multiple colors here, but I think Aries would have been better for Soleil. I think it would have been better. I always say... I've been saying Soleil, but apparently it's Soleil with the more French pronunciation. Which, like, okay. Circus du Soleil. I'm bad at French. I want everybody to know that French pronunciation and Chinese pronunciations are my greatest weakness. Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and rate these. Let's rate these bad boys. All right, Aquarius, you're going up there. Aries, ooh, Queen, you're going down here. No, even lower. That was too high for you. I'm so sorry. Virgo, you're my bias. Gemini, you're going in salt. I'm so sorry. I like earlier when I said I think there's one other one that I can put in salt. It's her, baby. She's banished to salt. I saw her and I was like, no. My villain origin story as a Gemini is her. Anyways, let's go to our next ones. The way I really wanted to say Taurus for her, and that's not correct. Libra and Scorpio. Honestly, I feel like this hairstyle would have fit Taurus a little bit better. Because, like, it's a good hairstyle, but it's not. This one's way more, like, you're a bull. But I get it's supposed to be, like, the scales for Libra. For justice. I have to go, but I want to say I love all of Soleil's and Celine's power-ups. Got you. They're pretty good. I don't think these are as bad as what we just went through. But it was fun hanging out with you, Sakura. I will see you in the future. Put Gemini in the salty tier. I got you, Queen. Okay. Moving on. Libra. Libra's okay. I think this is just one of those ones where they just did a good job with her foundational outfit. I do kind of think it's weird that she has two hairs. Like, I think if they just eliminated the rest of her hair and just had her hair up, that would have been fine. Instead of, like, looking like she has this on as a hat and it's not her hair. But otherwise, like, they just took her normal outfit and they made it a bit longer. And it looks rather fine. But what's way better is Scorpio. Way better as Scorpio. I am obsessed with the, like, hair here is so cute. See how they didn't include the rest of her hair and it looks really good that way? They made her dress more orange, which honestly should have been the original color of her dress. They also made it tighter. They have a tighter dress instead of the wide one. It looks really good. Like, giving her like a mermaid fit was the play. I like that they went with darker accents here instead of her lighter accents. And I feel like the purpley shawl that she randomly has as part of her outfit, like the highlight of purple that she has in her original outfit, looks way better here. I think it looks way better here. Here it's a little like it's there, and it feels like it's wrong. Here it looks so good. Scorpio is so good. Da 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 da. I disagree. The Taurus hair gives rope that you would use as a lasso. I can see that. Soleil's Libra one looks like you just inverted the yellow and orange on her dress randomly and added the top hair. Yeah, if they removed her normal hair like they did for Scorpio, it'd be fantastic. That's what I'm saying. Welcome in, Afro. How are you today? As a Taurus girly, I'm just vibing. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, Scorpio is 10 out of 10. I really like Scorpio. I also am a big fan of Princess Jasmine, and it kind of gives, like, her hair. So, I'm biased there. I think hers was just okay. Alright, on to Celine / Selene. One day I'll figure out where I want to land on that. I like hers a lot better than... So this is... It kind of does something very similar to what we got with this mess. But this is what happens when the colors are a bit more coordinated. I do think the blue at the bottom is adding a little bit too much. But I do like, at the very least, that they're compartmentalized. Because you have the more reddish tones here. And we fade into a blue at the bottom. Because we have the darker purple in the back of her skirt. And it matches. It flows a little bit more. I do wish the hair was inverted and it was pink at the top and purple at the bottom, but I get that she's supposed to have purple hair. Just the Capricorn's looking really good for the most part. It also gives a better angelic vibe than our actual angelic outfit over here. But it's pretty solid. I like it. I don't have too many qualms with it. I feel like it's doing what it needs to do. Celine has the best 4 outfits as they're the most consistent. Yeah, it's just the most consistent. Cure Soleil's Scorpio is the best thing that ever... No, it went up. Like, I low-key wish I was a Scorpio just because of her. Mood. Thank God they were intelligent and gave Sagittarius to Celine. Yeah. Madoka, my queen, she slays. I love how she's takes off the Capricorn horns and uses them as a bow. It's perfect. Like, I've got it backwards. This is Sagittarius. This is Capricorn. This life is hard. Zodiacs are hard. This one's the best. This is just her. Like, this is perfect for her. Like, this one, I think, in terms of, like, character matching, this is perfect. This is perfection. Like, I think for what I think Scorpio is essentially what she should have been, I think that Celine's, whichever zodiac sign this is perfection. Perfection. I guess this is the Capricorn. One of these is Capricorn. One of these is one of them, and the other one's not the other one, and that's that. Anyways, let's rate these bad boys. I like it, and then I like it a lot. Really good. Really, really good designs. Oh, I've got a truth. I gotta speak my truth when we get to the... Oh, wait, the Cure Grace one's probably in the photos. Let me get my desktop again. Alright, Cure Grace. Do. Whatever the name of this form was. I gotta be so for real with you. I watched this movie without subtitles, so I don't know what happened. I think I couldn't find a subtitle version, and I got too lazy to, like, or I got impatient and didn't wait for a subtitle version, so I don't remember what happened in this movie. However, I do remember the first time I saw this design, I thought she was Curiel. I thought this was Curiel, and I was like, why did Curiel get a power-up in the Healin Good movie? And then I realized it wasn't Curiel. I genuinely thought she was Curiel at first because of the hair. I see the best Precure power-ups coming up. I love the big hair. Sagittarius is the one holding the bow. Okay, it's the archer. This is super Cure Grace. Thank you. We have to come to the queen of power-ups. I like this one. I do think the hair is a lot. I like the color of the hair. I like this. Like, there's not too much I can say about it. I really like the flower on top of her head. I really like it a lot. You have her base outfit for the most part. I like the longer gloves. I think, honestly, she just should have had longer gloves. They're so pretty. I don't like this bit here. Like, it made sense when they did that in Star Twinkle. I don't love it here. I don't love the alien look, but I think Sailor Moon popularized that. I love the translucency that they added to her skirt. Like, her skirt was already really good, but I feel like they just added more to it. I like this outfit. I like this outfit. Do. Would I be wrong or attacked if I were to say that Kira Celine's outfit are giving more Moon Princess than Sailor Moon? You'd be right, though. You'd be right, though. I love the flower bonnet. Yes, agreed. It's really cute. I think it's a good one. I think I just got so confused for the longest time with this movie. And I had this one where I have to separate myself from the movie. I like this a lot. I think she looks really pretty. I think this is also the start of my era where I was like, I don't care that only one character got a power up in the movie. I think this is the mark of my character growth where I didn't care that she's the only one that got somewhat of a power up. It looks pretty. She did a good job. Nice, simple, easy. I'll put her up here in Brownie. I don't think she's quite up to Donut, but she's up there. Now we get into the sprint of power-ups. Healin Good said, hold my beer, we're doing power-ups again. I'm gonna give you 1,000. I love these. These, like, the partner forms for these guys, I really, like, first of all, I feel like we don't do enough Japanese-style power-ups. Like, I really liked the designs in Dream Stars for the, like, villain, not villain girl, the wolf girl. Like, I think she looked really cool. I feel like we should do more traditional style outfits. So I'm glad that we finally have a season where we get power-ups that are their respective partners. It's really cute. I don't like these shoes though. The Precure be struggling sometimes with the shoes. I don't know why it's like doing this. Like, I get it's supposed to be like a flower, but like it feels like she put marshmallows on her ankles. Otherwise, this is perfect. I have no notes. Absolutely love it. She has the bunny ears to match Rabbiting. It's super duper cute. They've got some traditional pieces on. I just love this. I need a season where the main outfits are all kimono inspired. You get me. I feel like we do. They need to embrace Japanese culture and have them because they're so pretty. I love the diamond ribbon style and wonderful a lot. I know, girl. I know you love that. But this is peak. Yeah, this is peak. This is so good. We need a kimono theme season. You guys understand. These are so peak. These are just really good. And then I've honestly, for stuff that I hated about Fontaine's original design, I feel like this just fixes it. Other than the stupid yellow sneaks back in here. Like, the yellow I can excuse here because it's the obi. But there is no reason for this stupid yellow, but I think it's also in the original design. Yellow's awful. But, like, the top part being this, like, sort of modern kimono style thing is so pretty. And see, unlike Mermaid that's got her random pearl on the front that looks egregious, the teardrop looks way better here when it's integrated into the outfit like this. Even if it's just another, like, giant thing shoved in the front of the outfit. It's pretty. This is really pretty. This is one where I said, like, if you had different shades of blue, it looks better than when we tried to shoehorn in 1,000 different greens. It looked awful. But, like, throwing in, like, the mint green with, like, a dark blue, a cyan, a true blue, it just looks way better. Chiyo's outfit should have been her actual outfit. Facts. Like, get rid of her having the weird European vibes in her outfit, as they always love to do with their, like, second cures, and just give her a traditional outfit like this. This is so much better. It's so much better. The yellow is Peggy Tun's beak. That's not a good enough excuse. That's not a good enough excuse. Go back, designers, and rethink that thought process. And then we have Yum Yum. Now, Yum Yum still has some of the core issues that she has in her outfit, like whatever the heck is going on with, like, this waistline area. But at least if they're sitting here and they're like, yeah, I don't know why we have this random, like, triangle going on there. But they can say, it's the obi. It's the obi. And I'm like, fine, I believe you. The green here is loud, but the one way they can get away with the green in this outfit, specifically for the bow, is that it is traditional in Japan that when you do a kimono, the obi is supposed to be... Did I say Yum Yum? Did I say Yum Yum? I meant Sparkle. You're so right. The problem is I get those two confused all the time because those two seasons were too similar. You're so right. Not everybody now checking me. You're right. It is Sparkle. What was I saying? Oh, obis are supposed to be complementary colors. Like, if you had a blue kimono, you would have a yellow obi. They're supposed to be complementary. The obis are supposed to be loud and different from the initial kimono in the most traditional sense. So her having, like, a green or a not maroon, not blue, navy. Navy would be the opposite of the yellow there. So it makes sense the obi would be like that, and then a green would make sense because it's also complementary to the orange. That's the only reason why you're getting away with this, honey. I like the stupid fluff down here, and I like her having the gaita. Well, they all have gaita, but I like her gaita. I love how Sparkle has high heel gaita shoes. Yeah, the high heel gaita is great. We all did a double take on that name. Girl, how long have I been streaming? How long have I been? This is probably one of my yappiest streams. 2.5 hours. I take it back. It's shorter than I thought it would be. But I've been yapping. I yapped enough that I had to go to the bathroom in the middle stream. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Nonetheless, what I will not let her get away with in this outfit, but I know it's part of the original outfit, is this stupid green. Like, again, like that yellow that they shove in. They got that yellow they shove in, and they got this green that they shove in. I think Curiel is the one character who has both the evil yellow and the evil green sneak back into their outfits. But she makes it work a little bit better. This does not need to be here. And this outfit would be perfect. But honestly, her face, the ears, her, like, just the aesthetic waist up. Queen has sass for days and she looks so good. And this is the one area where I will let the candy cane look like, candy cane looks better when the colors are not, like, white and a random color. I like the different shades of brown a lot. It matches the stripes. These are just superior. These are good. These are good designs. We're putting them in the goodliest here. I think Sparkle, not Yum Yum, will go down one. I actually like the green detail. Someone's gotta like it. Someone's gotta like it because they made the decision to do it. Someone has to be a fan. Oh, and I forgot my love for everything. I am the biggest Pure Earth outfit defender. I think she has one of the prettiest designs in the franchise. She looks so good here too. She has a good initial design. I take it back. I don't like her power form as much. I don't like her pirate power up form. I like her like Greek goddess aesthetic, and then now she has the like Japanese goddess aesthetic. This outfit looks phenomenal. Everything about it is great. This is the one time where the yellow makes sense. The yellow fits here, and the yellow paired with this purple, it looks really good. I like her outfit. It's uniform. It's not random. I love this outfit. She also love you. You know what? I love you that much. That's how much I love Cure. That's my declaration of war, is that I really like Cure Earth's design, period. And now we get to do the other half of what we did earlier, where we now get to talk about Cure Dream Grace. How do I talk about this? What did I even say earlier? It's okay. I don't have main qualms with it. It's there. It's all the same feelings I had about the other one, really. There's not too much different here than what I said about Dream, if I'm being completely honest. It's kind of the same. It might be a little bit better, because, like, the design lends itself a little bit more to her flowery aesthetic than I think it did Cure Dreams. I don't know. Maybe I think it's just the same. I think we're just the same. I'll put you there. I do like her green. I do like the green here more than I like just the yellow. Say it loud. Oh, I love Cure Earth Space Design too. Thank you. Yata stripes. Yeah. Welcome, Mila. I think Cure Earth's power-up is better than her base form. I also like Cure Earth, not for her just the face card. It's never declining. I get you. I get it. I do think Cure Grace pulls it off better than Dream. I think she does pull it off a little bit better than Dream, but I don't know if it's like significantly enough to make it to the next tier. I also think I'm gonna make a bold decision and bring her down. And I'm gonna bring you down. I'm rethinking on the fly. Some of these, like, I've changed where you line up. Anyways, final Cure Grace form for the movie. It's good. Again, don't know what we're doing in the ankle department here. This is my only gripe, is whatever we're doing with here. I love that she does the lace on one leg. I like that there's asymmetry to break up how insanely symmetrical the rest of the outfit's going to be. I think it's so pretty. I think this is just an absurdly beautiful outfit. Did she need another power-up? No, she really did not. But did she eat? Yes, she ate. It's interesting because I think it looks way prettier in the movie than it does here. It looks very basic-y now. But, like, it's overall good. They pulled off the color palette really well of adding in these, like, orange and reds that just do work with it. Because I feel like with her green, that would have been a bad choice. But, like, her having the green obi that sort of contrasts to everything else works. I do think if this orange and this green were any closer, that would make my eyes explode. This is the outfit I prefer over Ultra Cure Happy. I see now. I definitely think that these two are in league with the way that they're set up. That you would definitely, this would be competitive with it. For people, I think it would be. It's a good solo movie outfit. In the movie, we hardly get a shot of it. Yeah, that's the problem, is we get it for like 2.5 seconds. I'm back. Welcome back, Sakura! Alright. I gotta rate this bad boy. I think she goes up here. No, not wedding tier. She tried to move for you, Ben. I saw that. I think she's donut, though. I don't think it has really, other than just, again, the ankle bit, there's not really any problems with it. It's just a really solid design. It's very pretty. It's very creative, and I like it a lot. Alright. Now, this is another one where I have to, like, not have my sad backstory TM. So we are missing Summer. She should be in the list then. Yeah, here she is. Nope. Here she is. Here's Summer. My only problem with this outfit is, again, going to be the sad TM backstory that I hate that they got these power-ups and the Heartcatch girls didn't in the movie. Because the Heartcatch girls also should have gotten some kind of tropical combination with their outfits. Like, I get it. It would be too many characters on screen. I get it's the Tropical-Rouge movie, and they get their singing solo. But this movie, this is an example of a solo movie that I hate, despite having some of my favorite characters. I do not like this movie. um, but you know what? They get the super silhouette. Like, enjoy your time in the sun with the heart catch outfit. Enjoy it. So let's talk about Summer's version of this outfit. I feel like it's just not quite what I want it to be. I think is the best way I'm gonna put this. I also think that the flower aesthetic of Heartcatch just doesn't go with the tropical aesthetic of Tropical-Rouge. I feel like those two things don't actually live very well with each other, and I feel like these outfits are kind of indicative of that. Like, she's got the collar from the sailor outfit going up, and then she's got the Heartcatch sleeves happening, but I don't know if that's doing what I want it to do. It's looking like a little bit much. The color palette's great. I think the color palette's fine. Her having like a fun tropical bow works. I think that was in the original power up. The ribbon in the front, I think, is a hard catch thing. The sleeves doing a lot, and then having the ribbons is doing a little too much. I love this sort of train coming back here, but then it's also got coattails, and it's like, why? You already have a train. Don't have two coattails. Why are we doing this? Why would you do that? And then I think the pedal thing works for the skirt. The hard catch pedal skirt works. And then they have the overcoat from the train coming from the train or bustle, something along those lines. Comes from the power up. It feels like it's doing too much. This super form is crazy. Just crazy, but super beautiful. I think it works for some characters. I feel like it's not quite working on Summer, but it's not horrendous by any means. Like like Grace went full god. She did. It was so pretty. They really sideline everyone just for Laura again. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I hate the movie. But also, the movie just didn't make any sense. But this is not a movie review. I cannot go on my rant for the 1,000th time about the movie unless I'm going to make it for a video. She already has the main focus of the show. She didn't need the movie focus here. I agree. I feel like this would have been a good opportunity to give Summer a spotlight. I was about to say it reminds me of Hardcatch Super Silhouette till I remembered in the movie that it was with them. Yeah. The power-up is just downright bad. It's literally batted of another power-up, literally copying elements of the Super Silhouette. I love Summer design. The divisiveness of the chat is hilarious. But that's like where my mind is. I'm like, I hate it, but I like it, but I hate it. Like, I get that they have this shawl, this translucent shawl coming out of here from the Tropical-Rouge power-up, but it's too much. We already have like 3 sleeves happening. We just don't need the shawl on top of it. So I do think Here Summer is kind of middle of the road. I would like her to be prettier. I think this could have been prettier, but I think it did too much. Now we are going to do Papaya. So Papaya, I think, is a better example of what I want to see with their hair when they just, like, when they want to make it longer. I think it coming down longer here was good. I don't know if I wanted the sides to come out like that, but I know that it's supposed to be unequal. I do like this a little bit more than her original hairstyle. Now, I don't understand why they didn't go a little bit heavier on the white for the super silhouette part of this, because I think this right here should be white. I don't think this should be pink. It's so jarring with this being pink on top of all her yellow. Just make it white. Then they have the super silhouette wings. Like, I get that they took a little aspects of her outfit and made it white. They gave her, like, these little feathered wings, which feel like they're just doing too much. It looks a little too chaotic, and I think it's just the pink is making it look way worse, because if you just made this white, I think it would be immediately better. It's okay, but also Papaya always had the most chaotic outfit of this season. The only thing I like is the flower on the hair. Controversial opinion, Super Silhouette wasn't that good of a power-up. And ooh, those fighting words. I loved Super Silhouette. I thought this was the first time I ever saw this kind of, like, version of wings with the heart. I thought that was always a really cool thing. The pink on Papaya should have been white or a light yellow. Yeah, the pink is just so there, and it's like, we don't need it to be there. Speaking of like just shoving stuff at this point, I don't know what we were doing with poor. Normally, our fashion icon of the season, Miss Sango, she is rough in this outfit. Because like I get that it's the winter season and all, but like we did not have to put 1,000 icicles on her outfit. Like what's with all these sharp pieces and the blue and everything? Like for what we have in the pink here, the blue feels like it's too much. Just keep her purple. Like are we trying to make her look like Moonlight? Like what's with this like sharp skirt and then we have a flowy dress train underneath? And then we got like tissues on her feet in case like they don't look at her ankles. Don't worry, we put tissues to censor her ankles. Like, what are we doing in this outfit? It's so ugh. And then her hair is like it's technically the same, but her hair looks sadder. Like these like tendrils coming out, which I think are normally just a bunched up like floof of hair. Her hair looks sad. Her hair looks depressed, and I don't know how to explain that. Oh my god. That power up snow crystal Tropical-Rouge style reminds me of the Love Inks from Winx. Oh my god, I need to remember what that looks like. I'm gonna look that up. I'm getting the second computer. We're typing Love Inks. No, don't change it to the name of a medication. Love Inks Winx Club. It does. They put a lot of blue highlights in that one as well. Because we're the icy. The problem is we're doing too many things. We're doing the super silhouette. We're doing the Tropical-Rouge power up. And then we're also like, by the way, it's the ice movie. They doing too much. There's no consistency. No consistency whatsoever. I just don't understand. Coral's skirt looks so bad. It's like she's wearing an old mattress or something. It's such an intense roast. Tropical-Rouge in general was just one of my least favorite seasons, and the movie only added to it. I've got polarizing feelings on Tropical-Rouge, but I always feel bad because I'm in a circle, like my friend group is Tropical-Rouge lovers, so I have to sit there and be careful because I cannot be too much of a Tropical-Rouge hater. Like, I feel like I don't want to hate this season, but there's things about it I don't enjoy. Mostly Laura having too much screen time, and everyone else not having enough screen time. But this movie, I think, is like putting my feelings about the main series alone. This movie makes me so mad. Like the plot doesn't even make sense to, or like what they did with the plot and the lesson. It just they're doing too much. Just like these outfits, they were doing too much and they didn't focus in on what they were doing. Because like whatever happened at the beginning of the movie was so relevant to what was happening by the end. It was not great. They were trying to force Moonlight onto Coral when they are completely different personalities and outfit-wise. Yeah, personalities, aesthetic, they're so different. Like, she really just did not need a Moonlight moment. They were and an excellent Tropical-Rouge style gave me Enchantix vibes. It's so familiar. I wish the power-up had gotten more screen time around the boss fight. Yeah, the regular power-ups are pretty good. But they stick to being tropical. They're like, we went with a tropical aesthetic and we committed. I don't know why they felt the need to like do too much in this movie. Where it's like, I get that they're like, we're the Tropical-Rouge girls, but in an ice kingdom, like, isn't that crazy? We're a Tropical-Rouge themed, and the ice and snow are like the opposite of us. And I'm like, that's a cool gimmick, but that's aesthetically horrible. Like, please. Somebody needs to take the dress trains away from the Precure designers, but they're not ready to have that conversation. They did, like, with the trains and the coattails and everything, they're just so rough. And I feel like they, again, just do what Lollyrock did. Lollyrock handled it so much better because it just controlled itself. Instead of being like, oh, what if we put a coattail on this puffy skirt? And it's like, stop! You can't do everything at once. It looks horrendous. I learned that the hard way with designing my own character. Honestly, we could have gotten really good modding and Cosmo interactions due to both of them loving fashion, but we got nothing. Do you mean Coral? Do you mean modding and Coral? That would have been cute. I would have liked that better than modding fighting Laura and then modding for some reason losing that battle. That was really rude and made me upset. How did they make a bad movie with the hard catch girls. That's what I've been saying. I was so ready to love this movie too. I actually made my friend fun story. I made my friend in Japan go to the collab cafe for this movie, and I got the exclusive merchandise because she went. But it's so funny because the entire time she was trying to watch the trailer because the trailer was playing on repeat at the cafe, and she's like, "Girl, I am trying to figure out what the heck is happening in this plot, and I cannot figure it out." She's like, "They're doing a lot." She was so confused. And I eventually watched the movie and I was like, "Girl, there was no saving this plot. I would not have been able to explain it to you. Like, you definitely need the context of the characters, but it's way worse because the movie doesn't make any sense either." I'm a Tropical-Rouge hater with you. Let me in that group. Tropical-Rouge is good for comedy, but bad for everything else except Sango. I feel like I'm not ready to have my Tropical-Rouge my review for it, because I like have to sit down and say like there are things I like about this series, but I'm blinded by a lot of things I don't like, and I need to not let my personal emotions cloud what was good, because I did cry at the finale, and there are definitely seasons of this franchise that I did not cry at the finale. The only negative thing for Tropical-Rouge is giving Laura too much screen time. Agree. I get that she's a mermaid, but I wish the others had equal screen time. I just don't know, like, they gave her a lot of screen time for being the mermaid, but she's also a brat. And I get that, like, people love diva characters, but I was begging for them to, like, have her humbled. Like, I know I often hate when characters get humbled, like, when poor Nozomi in Yes 5 was getting trashed on the entire season. Every other character took shots at her for being like dumb and like not paying attention and stuff. And eventually I was like, okay, like I get that she's a like klutz and like airhead, but like can you please lay off her? Laura got no heat until this movie, and then they shamed Marin for giving her heat when Marin was correct. Like this is one time I'm gonna be like, that girl was not wrong. That girl was outspoken in that moment, but it was justified outspokenness. We're getting so off tangent. Am I the only ones who felt the Tropical movie was really slow for the first half? It was very slow for the first half. They were like doing, it's very weird because it switches. Like the movie's so slow and they're doing like really menial tasks and they're doing very silly things. I also hate that they were planning outfits for a concert that they were going to after being at this kingdom. And I was like, focus on why we're here. But yeah, they just did like, they were being silly Billy, and then all of a sudden the movie was like, and we're in danger, and then like the danger's done. And it was just so fast. Like it went from being the slowest movie to the fastest movie. And it was like, balance? Making make sense? Make movie make sense, please? Flamingo shouldn't have Flamingo shouldn't have taken Moonlight's skirt literally. It looks off. Oh, I haven't reviewed this. Oh my god, you're right. I just looked up. I've yet to sink in the design. These are designs that I saw, but I didn't really internalize what was happening here. That skirt is awful. Oh my god. Please give her back her normal skirt. Is it that pokey in her power-up? That's how bad it is. Oh my god, the comedy was... I liked the comedy in Tropical-Rouge, but it depended on what it was. If it's Laura making someone else the butt of the joke, I did not enjoy it. I mean, a cry pulled to you. Oh, don't even say it. Now my feelings. I'm so sorry about the sparkle. Throughout this entire video, a little part of me kept dying, knowing Hidogu Sky wouldn't be in this video. Me too. I looked at the, like, when I first looked at the tier list and I looked up all the power-ups, I was like, it's so short, and then I was like, it's the movie power-ups, but also they're not in the regular power-up category. They deserve it. They deserve to sit there and give us power-ups for Hidogu Sky. Put them in a collab movie and give them power-ups. It's what they deserve after this. Like, all these seasons where they're not giving them any power-ups and they get lame, basic outfits, sinful. I also feel that way for the Dokidoki cast. Everybody but Mana. Mana got 2 power-ups. Everybody else got wings. They could have had cool outfits. And I know Crown agrees with me because she would have loved to see Rosetta in something else. Girl, this is now your longest stream. We're nearly at 3 hours. I think I was longer in one of the other tier lists. Like, I normally average around 2 hours, especially if I'm doing like an Infinity Nikki stream. But I'm pretty sure for one of my other tier lists, I have to go look at my rates for my lives. I'm almost positive I've had really long tier list streams because I yap like nobody's business. Because like, how long was my, god, it's making me look up the length of these. Or 2 hours and 40 minutes for the endings stream. Eye Catch I think was short. I think what was longer was the. Did I do longer for the openings? Openings was one almost 2 hours. My longest stream is the opening tier list, uh, based on I think that's the artwork. Is that the art? Yeah, I think it's artwork for the opening. No, I lied. I looked down. Character design stream was 4.5 hours. That's my longest one. This will probably be my second longest one. I just yapped too much. But for the most positive thing I love about Tropical-Rouge is the music. It does have really good music. The beautiful backgrounds. The best part of the first episode was on my birthday. I was happy to see summer. Aww. Dude, I think the backgrounds and the music were really good. I liked the aesthetic a lot for that season. I'm back and glad to know you're still streaming. I think I'm gonna probably, with the amount we have left within the next hour, we'll probably wrap. But you get to be here for Tropical-Rouge half and then all of Delicious Party. I think the Delicious Party is the last one with movie power-ups. Yes, I would have. Yeah, you would have the Rosetta. I need a new outfit for Rosetta. I know for sure Alice would stun with it. It's true. Justice for Rosetta. Slayage off the charts. Yeah, the Dokidoki girls deserve better. I fear you and I won't get one, but there was a release date for the power-up around September that could mean the power-up will still come. I think there's more likely to be power-up forms potentially for the movie? I know there's a couple exclusive items for the movie, though they just released the song for the movie, and I think that didn't have any power-ups. I can't remember how much they hide movie power-ups, because it's been so long since we've had a movie with power-ups. As you can see, the last time was Delicious Party. No, they definitely announced the Delicious Party power-ups before the movie happened. But maybe closer? I don't know with the leak for the stick for, or I guess they announced it at this point. The new wand for you and Idol. I don't think it comes with a power-up from what we've seen so far. Unless they're really hiding the power-ups, but they normally show us. Oh my god, I don't know how many of you guys, it may be none of you, who on Instagram, I have my Magical Murmurs channel, and I have, we announced Magical Girl News there, and one of my friends who DMs me all the time and sends me links and stuff, posted the link for the new item for Precure, the Amazon Japan one, and I thought she DM'd it to me, and that it wasn't part of our news group, and I very embarrassingly said, I'm gonna pass, it's ugly. And I was like, not in the news group. Within seconds, I realized I posted in the wrong chat and I deleted it. But I was like, God, someone saw that. Someone saw it. She was like, girl, why did you say that? And I was like, I thought we were DMing. I'm like, I feel so bad because people are gonna want to buy it. And now I make them feel guilty about it because I think it's ugly. And I'm like, no, I just think it's ugly. And I'm really picky. I'm really picky because I've been collecting Magical Girl stuff forever, but I'm so sorry to the people who like it. And I called it ugly. Oh, it was so unprofessional. And I was like, there goes being professional. There goes being professional. Oh my god. Ah! My biggest flub so far. I'm so sorry about that. You know, I gotta write my cancellation apology for I'm so sorry to the stick from you and Idol whose name I don't even remember. Oh, while we're at it, let's give Regina something just for herself. Don't fuse her with her sister. Yeah, that was a mistake. Cure Joker is my villain origin story. They really sat there and they're like, Regina gets a form, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, not really, it's not what you think. And I was like, the rug pull was so mean to me personally. I need reparations from Toei. I saw a video from Magical Cinnamon and I felt that he was confused, so I hope we get one. He always confused. But he's on the same page as me. The likelihood of the power-up is very, very, very low. But I think he's also coping with me, and we're both like, it'd be great if it did, though. We hate that they don't. They would have announced power-ups by now, but IDK, they tried to hide Pionderful's Precure forms. That's true, they did do that. Maybe we'll wait for the opening. That's true. Oh no, I know, it was really bad. I get the ukulele out! I'm gonna just post a PNG of a ukulele and Magical Murmurs and be like, guys, I'm so sorry for calling it ugly. That was really wrong of me. There are items from Kimito Idol named after a style. The Precure has used the word style for power-ups. It's true, they did do that, but I think that was for something else. But, you know, we can all cope. Let's all stay in the Delulu zone and say that they'll get power-ups, because it was already cruel enough that we didn't get power-ups for Hodogadoo. They should just give us more power-ups. Like, clearly we deserve them. Delicious Party power-ups were the first power-ups I had seen from Precure since I was a kid, and they set the standard for moving forward. Girl, that standard's too high. You're gonna have to lower it. Writing in another chat is so embarrassing. It's so bad. I've been so good about not doing that. And then I finally caved. I was like, this long. I made it this long, too. And I was on desktop, too. It wasn't even my phone. I did it on desktop, and I messed up. I gotta be more aware with my Instagram DMs, because they always, like, people have profile pictures that look too similar, and I accidentally send somebody the wrong message. Like, I DM'd a more, like, raunchy joke to someone who I don't have that relationship with, because I thought she was somebody else because their profile pictures look the same, and I had to delete it and apologize. I was like, girl, we don't have this friendship. I did not mean to send you this joke. I have a bad feeling that Precure is making, like, a pattern with no power-ups or no battles. Yeah. Well, I hope the no battle thing is done. I think we had wonderful Precure, and then that's it. Like, I think they looked at the netizens and said, we'll keep fighting. And I was like, I'll fight to keep fighting. I want the fights. Like, Wonderful did a good job, but we're not doing that again. I think we're losing the topic. I know. I've gone off on a tangent. We've really fallen off. My first Precure was Hard Catch. A good one, but it also sets your standards too high. Anyways, this is awful. Like, the only good parts of this outfit are just the original parts of the outfit. Like, I don't like this boot. I also know that there's supposed to be a notch in the boot, but it looks like somebody bit her shoe. It looks like somebody bit a bit of her shoe off. And that's just them not being airtight with their drawing. I hate it. It's bad. And also, they try to do the moonlight hair, too, because these are, like, rigid. Like, why are these just not the normal? I hate it. Anyways, moving on to Miss Laura. Miss La Mer. Her outfit is mostly the same. Like, there's not a lot unique in it. Like, I feel like Summer was doing a lot, and she's just not doing anything. Like, they try to give her the shoulder pad thingy, like it was technically a puff sleeve, but now it's a shoulder pad. Like, she's about to go out into war, and they spiked it up, which I think is gotta be based off of her Tropical-Rouge form, but I don't remember what her power-up looked like. It looks awful. I don't think it should be spiky like this. Maybe it's supposed to look like feathers, but it looks like she's going through a goth phase. And then these coattails are awful. They make more sense than the usual coattails, but they make sense in that, like, I understand where her coattails are coming from her skirt. They just elongated the scales in the back, but the problem is this doesn't make sense how this would move. Like, these should flop down. Her regular coattail, I think, was better, because she has, like, a mermaid's coattail, right? Like, comes down and it's just, like, droopy. This is bad. I don't like it. I don't know what else is different. Did they put a bow? I think it's different. There's not much different in this. La Mer looks simple and not really special. Yeah, the tail for Laura is separated and more like a fin. Yeah, just physically moving around, it doesn't look good. All right, Miss Coral. Miss Coral, we're going over here. Papaya, you're also going over here. Flamingo, you're going even lower. I didn't mean that low. You're going that low. La Mer, you can go back with everybody else. You weren't that insanely awful. Alright, I think the only one that we were able to get in here was this one, so. Miss Precious. Oh my god. These are what I would vote as, like, the most clever designs for fitting the aesthetic they're going for. La Mer looks simple, not special. My first season was sweet and 7 parts in a playlist with clips out of order. We love Saw Parte Trace Espanol back in the YouTube era. The good days. The good times. That's how you really experience in the OG times. I love this outfit. I love how it fits the theme. I like that they took away her saturated colors. Because she had, like, a really saturated blue and a really saturated red, but it's a little bit more desaturated here, and I think it looks way better. Like, they do that whole thing where they kind of make it white, but I think it worked really well, because they also got the other colors to harmonize, instead of being like, we put a lot of white and then kept our original colors. Like, this is what they wish they had done for something like Chocolat. where they just have the colors all harmonize a little better. And then I think it is big brain energy, big brain move to have the gingham bow, because like gingham is so synonymous with like picnics and stuff, which is this is like the child's lunch thing, but like basically picnic. And then they turn it into a bow slash wings has been I that's not left my brain. This is so smart. It's such a good design. I think the bow could be a little bit more detailed, but I let it slide because they have the more detailed one for the regular power up. And then, like you said, it is her hair is tied like a little chef, like a little chef would get the hair out of her way because she's making food. It's so good. We're only doing the movie, so excellent. Tropical won't be here. Yeah, yeah. We're only doing the movie power up forms. The regular power up forms will be a different stream in the distant future. Crazy how even the fairies in this season got power ups while Dokidoki kids are scraping for crumbs. It's so true though. Her outfit's so cute. I love this. She like it fits it because she's supposed to have like a little bit of a chef aesthetic, a more traditional Japanese chef aesthetic, but also combined with like the children's lunchbox thingy, kind of picnicky, and like it does feel like a little childish. Like it has like the vibes of like I make a children's lunchbox. I'm gonna make a cute little lunchbox. It's perfect. It's perfect. I love that her buns are the rice onigiri. Exactly. It's just perfection. This is so cute. These are so cute and they're so on theme. They're just, I think they're so good. I'm putting it up there. I'm good. They're getting into wedding cake. They're getting into wedding cake. I cannot resist. All right, we have to take a minute to pause because we can't all be perfect. We can't all be Cure Precious. Cure Spicy is doing what you could do with this outfit. This could be options. I also like that her hair is not as long, actually. I think they shortened her hair for this. I think her hairpiece looks really nice. I think it's cute little bonnety energy going on. I feel like where we break down into the outfit, there's things happening that I don't fully understand how they're happening. Like this part right here, I don't know how this is. Like, I guess it's supposed to be on top, but you would put an edge to this. So I don't know why there's not an edge here. I don't like the buttons, but I don't like buttons in general. But, like, she's supposed to be more of a, like, French chef kind of aesthetic. But they gave her the shirt that they gave Precious a bit, or they gave, like, the beginning of that bodice being the same. Where I feel like they should have just leaned more into the French chef thingy. I don't like this. I get that it's supposed to be some, like, I guess it's like a sandwich. It's supposed to look like sandwich with the different ingredients layered in there, but they also should have just done that as a line and not a circle. It looks weird. I don't like it. Her hair bonnet is like a teapot cover. I do love it. Again, her hair, everything up here. Like, if we cut it off here and we just go up, this is fantastic. The bottom section is rough. The bottom section is a little rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. They took the concept and made the perfect designs for it. They did. They did for the most part. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Spicy seems bad at first, but the design isn't that bad. Spicy is definitely giving the cake decorator. I think I really just don't like this. I don't like the green, pink, sour look to it going on here. I think this just bugs me. Maybe it's the yellow. Because I get it's supposed to look sandwichy. Because I think each of them are supposed to be parts of the children's lunchbox. I just don't like the skirt. I don't like the skirt with the weird, like, butler top piece going on here. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm picky. I'm picky. I'm gonna have to put her down for that. I'm gonna put you in the health bar tier. Oh my god. There we go. Next, now the actual Yum Yum. The real Yum Yum. I love her. I love Yum Yum. Yum Yum's great. Yum Yum's really cute. I like hers a lot. I think, again, they do a better job of being like it's the Chinese one. She's got the Chinese outfit on. Like, I like that they kept this part of the outfit a lot. I love the upper bit to bits. I always love her little hair buns. They're so cute. I like that she's got the little spoon and the fork in her, like, hairpiece. It's super cute. I like her skirt for this, because it's got, like, the... like, this makes more sense as food-wise, because it kind of looks like a pepper. You got, like, the pepper energy here. You got, like, the condiments. Then you've got, like, the meat for the pink bit, and then, like, the white. It looks better to me. I'm also impartial to this type of skirt design, because this is, like, a bit more of a revealed version of what the skirt is doing for, Cure Whip. Cure Yum Yum ate and left the entire village starving. It's so good. I like that her hair sticker, yeah, it's more noodly. It looks more noodly. I like that. The noodle hair is fantastic. I wish Wonderful Precure had like a video game power up. That would have been awesome. That would have been cool for the movie. That would honestly, the movie, I didn't love the Wonderful movie. It was okay. I think it wasn't my favorite standalone movie by any measure. But I feel like they could have done more things instead of giving us the really awful bipedal version. Ooh. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, FNAF. I hope you're having a good day. But yeah, I love Yum Yum. I have no notes for Yum Yum. She looks good. She looks really good. I feel like she fits the bill. I think I like, Miss Precious a little bit more. Alright. Finale. Finale for me, I don't hate it. But also I think it looks really silly. Like, I love her having the, like, the pudding skirt. I would have never thought that's how you could pull off a pudding skirt, and has, like, the apple slices right here and stuff. I like it. I like that it's color coordinated, because I feel like the color palette for this works much better for her, and it's very obvious that it's pudding. I just think there's something a little goofy silly about the pudding. I think it's a really goofy silly, but at least I like that it's harmonized. I like that she's got the strawberry here and, like, the little berries in her hair instead of the Campeto. I think she's a very cute design. It's so silly Billy, but it's cute. I really hope the designer for Dokidoki, or not Doki, Delicious Party Precure comes back to design another season. Yeah, I think they had fun. I love the flan skirt. Giga Pooty. Now I'm hungry for ramen. I know, I'm gonna have to eat after this, because I'm also getting hungry, but I have a lot of leftover pizza that I can work my way through. From the party, they literally were like, here, people didn't eat as much as we thought, so I have an entire box of pizza I have to eat at some point. Personally, I love the Wonderful movie, but that's also a mega wonderful bias. I love this season. That's fair. That's so fair. At least the colors match in this. Yeah, I think the colors are why I like this a lot better than Spicy. But Spicy also holds my beef, because I don't know why she's the blue cure and her name is Spicy, and then her signature item is sandwiches. That will forever perplex me. And the thing is, Japan was also confused, so I knew it wasn't a cultural thing. Toei was just blind when they did that. It just kind of makes me think that she's not a purple cure. It's true, she does. This is the one time where they told us that she's a golden cure, and it makes more sense. Her being a golden cure, I think, will forever be funny, though. Like, whenever a Precure, writer or someone who's in charge of production makes a tweet, it's the sassiest thing on the planet. They're so sassy on Twitter. The little ribbon in the hair is adorable. I love this layered ribbon. I think it's so cute. It's like folded, and then it flares out. It's so adorable. It's very cute. I think you're a pretty strong design. I'm gonna put you up with Yum Yum. I'll put her with Yum Yum, not Cure Sparkle. I'm gonna torment myself. Okay, I need to figure out where I put that. Do I have Kome Kome? Here's Kome. Kome Kome! Kome Kome has one of the best designs. Like, the colors are perfect. She's cute. I'm also one of those 1%ers who's like, I really actually like Cured Donut, and you guys were haters. I think she's really adorable. No, she does perfectly. Like, she looks like a little younger version of Precious, but, like, has a more of the she has a Cure Sparkle skirt going on there. It's very adorable. I love her to bits. I love her hair. She's so cute. And this is the one time where the yellow works, because they made it consistent. I thought Cure Spicy would be like Takis and a spicy food. Yeah, I think they like them thinking that sandwiches on average are spicy. They're crazy. She literally has a giant purple ribbon on her back. How is she called? They be sassing us. I love Cure Spicy's regular design. It's the best. I think it's cute. The onigiri pockets. Oh my god, you're right. I was like, they are little onigiri. She's cute. She matches so well. It's a good design. I'm gonna put her up. I'm gonna put her up with her girl. Boom. Cute, cute design. Now, Pummel Pummel. That's not Pummel Pummel. There we go. This girl ate. She ate and left no notes. I love my little blue baby. She's so cute. Like, this is the one time where, like, the amount of light brown that was utilized in the outfit works with the blue being more subtle. Like, I get that she's, like, the bread one. Like, she's perfect. And then, like, her being, like, a sandwich makes more sense because the green works perfectly. Like, the green's in her headband, the green's in the skirt. This is peak. This is what we want. She's so adorable. And you got the little sandwich pockets. Like, she's the bread girl. Like, this is perfect. This is what we wanted. This is what Spicy should have tried to emulate. You see how we don't have weird, like, sandwich colored dots on our outfit? You see how she's got, like, this little, I guess they're supposed to be, like, daisies, but they look like eggs or something. It's cute. It's so much better. And that this is what we wanted. This is what we've been asking for. Kome Kome looks adorable. She's precious. She showed up in Precure All-Stars F. I think the most coolest thing I wish they had done is all Precures have their power-ups defeating Supreme, because I thought that's what the figures were for. Yeah, that would have made more sense. I think just production-wise, that would have been a lot. But I mean, if they wanted to pull it off, they had the budget. I actually like Kome Kome a lot. It could be because she's cute, or the TikTok outfits of her were fire. I thought she could be a brown cure. Like, this, if they wanted to do a brown cure, this is the right approach. I genuinely thought they would do a brown cure after this. I'm like, they have not completed the full rainbow. We now have a black cure. But, like, where's our brown cure? Because this would be such a cute way to handle a brown cure. Because they could just get away with having, like, something like blue and green highlights in it. In the same way that you have stuff like Cure Grace where they shove in green in there. But she's obviously a pink cure. I like how the fairies look like younger siblings of the Cures, right? Like, they just got such a family vibe going on. It's so precious. Spicy in general is a hot mess of a design. Spicy's doing a lot. She's doing a lot conceptually. Pomo Pomo is super good. I love Pomo Pomo to bits. I'll put you up here, queen. Alright. We have one last boy to get through. We got one boy to get through. Min. Our little dragon guy. Shout out to anybody who's been in Leo's chat and understands It's a Cow. Anybody who was here for It's a Cow era. He's adorable. He's so cute. The shorts work really well. Like, honestly, I feel like male magical designs are hard to do. And, like, I feel like you don't have a lot of options compared to the girls. But every time Precure has had to do a magical male, they've done a really good job with it. I really like his design. It's really nice. I think the donut shoes are a little silly. I don't, like, I get it's supposed to mirror something and, like, maybe Yum Yum's buns or something. He looks like he's got Heelys, but, like, not actual Heelys, but I feel like he's about to zoom across the ground with those. Otherwise, he's super cute. It's giving a little bit of a McDonald's employee, but I'm here for it. He's very adorable. I don't like the green in the apron, but that's about it. He's also got, I don't even know what it's called. What's that radish thingy that they put in ramen? I like that that's his little thing on his stuff. A little toppery thing. It's cute. It's a good time. I love the Delicious Party film. I don't remember much about it. This is another one that I, like, watched it and then I should have processed it more. It was a good film. I don't remember it being bad. The boots are precious. Just imagine him, though. Heelys. To be honest, like, where is the yellow cures? I thought you and Idol would have one. It's been 3 years since we had one. I've never heard somebody fight for yellow. I love this. I like that somebody's like, where's our yellow representation? Bring back yellows. I think we should have yellow as our second cure. I feel like we've never had a second cure be yellow. Unless I'm misremembering something. They're usually number 3. Also, we've had yellow mid-seasons-ish. Because technically Sunshine's a mid-season. And technically Honey's a mid-season. What's the green? But whatever. Just me. Mim Mim walked so Tsubasa could run. So real. I love the gloves. I do love the short gloves. They're so cute. They're precious. He got green to match Yum Yum's overall colors. Yeah, they didn't have to do that. they're ramen bowls on his shoes. Oh. Oh, they are, because you can see from this. Oh, why did I talk like that? You can see here that it's hollow on this one. This one looks like a dang donut. They did not draw this bowl like that. Looks like a donut. This does look like a bowl. That makes more sense. Bring back the yellows. I love that we're having a little. We're bringing the color wars here. Cure custard. It does have a bit of that. But yeah, I think yellow fell out of favor with Precure. It might become the new green. It could. That could be it. Green could be back. Well, green reincarnated as mint. Green died and reincarnated as mint, so yellow can die and reincarnate as a different color. Alright. Mim Mim, putting you up here. And I am incredibly hungry right now. I'm probably gonna go eat one of those slices of pizza I have in my fridge. In a bit. Oh, finish off chat. Thank you guys for joining me and suffering through the very divisive opinions here. I think stuff probably needs to move around now that we've done everything. But this is the hot takes I had. I think we had a lot of swinging takes today, but we bared through it all. We did what we could. We were respectful in ways we could be. His hair is so fluffy, I want to ruffle it. It is. His shoes have bowls. The ones he turns into when ran. Oh, that's right. Dude, I need to rewatch the movies is all I'm learning. The only one I won't be rewatching is the Tropical-Rouge movie. I'm glad other people are Tropical-Rouge movie haters. I feel less alone in the world. But yeah, I really appreciated you guys hanging out for this Sunday stream. I'll likely be back next week doing something for stream. I've been meaning to do a different tier list idea that I mentioned at one of my streams last week. We'll see if I can get that panned out, and I can see if that person's available to do a collab stream, but we'll see. We'll see what I can pull out. Or pull off. I mean, in Tropical-Rouge, Cure Oasis was really green. They did it right. Oh, that's true. They did, but then she's like a background character, because I think Empress was also green. But she's a super mega background character. But yeah. Cure Custard is the only yellow who is not the third to... Oh, you're so right, Mila! That's what you meant by Cure Custard. That's right. Cure Custard was a second in that one. They need to do it again. They need to do it again. Anyways, I've really appreciated hanging out with you guys. No rush bin on the regular power-ups. I really, really appreciate you pulling this together for me today. Everybody really enjoyed it. I think we had great references. It was fantastic. Bro, I just watched today the Fresh All-Stars movie, and it's amazing. I haven't seen it in a while. It's a good one. I think the first, 6 or so All-Star movies are really, really good. I think they were very strong, and then I think it gets a little streaky. But I'm not here to talk about how much I don't like Miracle Universe. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!